This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Hey, life's a risk, carnal.
Tell me something, my friend. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
I do a great impression of a hot dog.
Billy likes to drink soda.
So am I to understand that you men completed your training on your own?
That's the fact, Jack.
Come on, seriously, who is that?
I only came here to do two things, man. Kick some ass and drink some beer. Looks like we're almost out of beer.
Oh, what is up, watchers? How do you say it? And we're back.
And we're back.
This is Now Watch This, a podcast where we watch stuff and talk about it, or just talk about stuff, whatever. But I am your host, Lucky the Dork Dad, and with me as always is Little Joe.
¿Qué pasó, watchers? ¿Qué pasó, Lucky? It's been a while, man.
It's been a while.
Ooh, yeah.
It's been a while. It's been a couple weeks because life happens, and we're real people. We're not just podcast hosts. We're real people. We got real life stuff going on. And,
well, if we were just podcasting and we didn't have real jobs, that might work for us. You know what I mean?
Hey, if only we can get to that point, right? Where this could be our job. That'd be awesome.
I'm telling you, brother.
Spotify, you hear us? Spotify?
Yeah.
No.
Fuck it. Spotify, iHeart, whoever.
Get that Joe Rogan contract.
Well, speaking of Joe Rogan, I've been listening to a lot of his podcasts lately. And then, he has a certain group of friends, comics that he hangs out with. And I kind of got into some of their podcasts as well. Specifically that Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura. They have that Two Bears, One Cave podcast. And that one's pretty fucking good. And then Tom and his wife have a podcast as well. And I've been getting into that as well, too. It's been pretty good.
You're talking about Van Wilder, right?
Bert Kreischer?
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard that he was the emphasis for that story.
Yeah, the inspiration, or technically it's kind of him in the movie, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know that much about that dude, but that's what they say.
But dude, Rogan moved up to Austin, and so they got that podcast studio up there in Austin. Tom Segura moved to Austin and stuff like that. And now they have that comedy club up there in Austin that Rogan owns. Man, we got to go.
Road trip?
I'm telling you, brother. We're going to have to go up there to see the Spurs now, right? The Austin Spurs.
Oh, yeah. But our D-League plays there. But, they're having a few games there, right?
Yeah. They played there last night, I think, and they got another one there.
NBA better not be getting no ideas.
Fuck Austin. But we got to go up there.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you like Austin?
Here's what I don't like. There's certain bands that I like, that they wouldn't come all the way to San Antonio, and they'd only go to Austin. And so if I wanted to see him, I'd have to go see him there. Other than that, man, I'm not. I don't go up there that often.
People, I don't know. I say people on the outside like Austin.
Mm-hmm.
They think it's the cool town, but they don't know what they're missing in San Antonio.
Oh yeah.
Austin has all the cool things like South by Southwest and all that stuff. But we got Fiesta coming up.
Bro, I'm telling you. People freak out because not too many people, I'm sure it's known, but not too many people know about it. Like, in our job, we deal with a lot of people from out of town, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, to explain to them that our city used to take a week off to party.
Yes.
Then it grew to about 2 weeks. Now it's basically the whole fucking month of April. The city
Yeah.
just fucking has something going on almost every day of the week.
We should do something on location.
A
You know what I'm saying?
fiesta? Dude, that's what I'm saying. I mean, fuck. I mean, maybe it'd be more fit to, instead of going Batman Forever tomorrow, we go to East LA.
Ooh, I'm down.
You don't have a copy of that, do you?
I think I do on DVD.
It works.
I think I do. I gotta check though. What are we doing today though?
Well, I think our last show we had on CM Chuck, and he kind of wanted to hear us do something, and then he knows how much you like this person that we're going to, and the the admiration you have for this character, as do a lot of people. But you
I
know,
mean,
CM Chuck's always trying to get at me, and you know, I think of our few fans, you know, I know a couple of them that are of the opinion that I pick all the movies and I never let Luck pick anything.
that is not true.
Yeah.
Not true.
So, you know, they want to.
I'm gonna grab something real quick. Keep talking.
Okay. So, as these people say, the guy we're gonna talk about, the Italian Stallion. You guys don't know this, but Luck has a picture of him hanging over his bed. Hey, Luck.
It's not over my bed.
I don't know. You guys can, if Luck has the video, like, or something. There's a lot of shows where I had to stare at this guy because he was just in the background while I was talking to Lucky.
So I have I'm trying to get all the posters, like the original posters from the movies.
Mhm.
I don't have the original Rocky because I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to get like a reprint of that.
Mhm.
But I got Rocky 2, Rocky 3, Rocky 4. I have Rocky 4, but it's not up. And I got Creed 1 and 2. I might have Rocky 5. I don't know. I gotta look. But he keeps seeing the Rocky, I think it's the Rocky 3 poster.
Yeah. You know, it's you know, because of Creed 3 coming out, it's a good topic to go over, you know, the Italian Stallion. But dude, like on Pluto, I think they were running it continuously. Rocky through Rocky Balboa, like every movie.
Dude, it is always on.
Yeah.
There's always doing a marathon like every couple months or something.
Yeah.
Because people watch it. Like,
Yeah.
I want to know how much everybody gets for the royalties on this movie. Like I said, because those movies are always on.
Yeah.
And I don't mind it. I don't mind it.
No.
If it's on while I'm flipping through the channels, I just leave it there just because.
And I'm gonna tell you, there's a couple movies in the franchise that maybe got some flack, and you know, it wasn't as good as the if you rank the movies and I don't think we'll get into that. Yeah,
we'll do that at the end.
But number 5 always gets flack, right? But number 5 has one of the best scenes in a Rocky movie. The thing that people hated about it was that it never got in the ring.
Yeah, but I like Rocky 5.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm saying that's the movie that caught the worst amount of flack.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh, you tell me which one you thought got the most heat.
I think Rocky Balboa.
Oh, dude. I think just the opposite. Like, I've seen Rocky Balboa get so much praise that this is the movie that brought the franchise back.
I mean, that is true, but I mean, I think There's some people that think like maybe they thought, okay, this franchise is over. What are you doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Old ass man getting in the ring. Come on.
Well, because 5 was the lowest grossing of all of them.
Huh.
Yeah. Balboa surpassed that. Everything else way over.
All right, let's just did you watch any of these recently?
Dude, for you, Lucky. For you. I fucking sat through Rocky 1. I went through Rocky 2. I did Rocky 3. Rocky 4. And then I had to take a break because I was fucking Rockied out, bro. Like, I was fucking like telling Jen, cut me. Cut me.
Cut me, Mick. Cut me.
Cut me.
I mean, Rocky for me, like I said, it's always on. I've always liked the movies, and we went into this whole thing. I talked about it before, where I was showing my kids older movies and movies I saw when I was growing up. A lot of '80s stuff, and we went through this whole Rocky marathon too, and everybody in the family likes Rocky, right? My daughter, she was maybe like 10 or maybe a little younger.
Yeah.
But she like really got into the Rockies. Like she was like, put the next one on, put the next one on.
Yeah.
So it was kind of funny. She was really into Rocky when she was little, but we still like Rocky.
Like
that's
awesome.
The whole family went to go see Creed 3.
Yeah. No, if I tried to fucking do that, I don't know of a movie that would get my whole family. Maybe Batman, but even at that, bro, like no one's watching. These motherfuckers barely want to sit and watch a movie with me. So tell me, Luck, what's your introduction to Rocky?
I don't even know. You know what I mean? Like I said, I have to assume that it was just on all the time, even when I was a kid. I think the first Rocky I remember seeing was probably Rocky 3, which maybe some people will disagree. I think Rocky 3 is my favorite. Everybody goes to 4, but I like 3. Mr. T, right?
Yeah, Hulk Hogan.
I mean,
yeah.
Come on. Yeah.
Well,
we can go in order, but and I'll talk more about 3. But I want to say 3 is my favorite. Well, we can get into the rankings later.
Yeah, my introduction wasn't Rocky necessarily. It was Eddie Murphy's Raw.
Okay.
You remember this?
Okay.
Or he's like Italians, or he's like, Italians crack me up because, they act like us, they act like black guys. He goes, Italians grab their nuts more than us. And he's like, and he goes, especially like, he goes, you ever see Italians? He's like, I was at the movie theater today, and he's like, it's like the Italians are coming out. Yeah, Rocco. he goes, he goes, the Italians coming out. He's like, hey. He goes, walking past people in line. He's like, hey, you going to see Rocky? Great fucking movie. He goes, yeah. I don't want to spoil it for you, but hey, Rock comes in, and he goes, these movies are great because this shit can fucking happen. He goes, Rocky goes on, he sees the big old guy, and he's like, I ain't fucking scared of you, like I'm fucking, and he goes, and that's where you gotta be. He goes, look at me. Hey, look at that big old guy over there. He's 6'3". I'm 5'2". But hey, I'm Italian. So he fucking says, the guy goes up, and then he's like, he orders something, put it on his tab, and he's like, excuse me? He's like, oh, you must have seen Rocky. Like, look at here, little Mr. Italian guy. And he goes, pay for the shit. And he goes, and he cuts to like he's a cop, and he's like, you know, got some black guy named Jamal's fist wrapped around his neck, and his IROC Z28 fucking wrapped around a pole. But that was my introduction to Rocky. So like I was like, I had to see it, and I think it's wherever your age range is at. Like, again, you know, we've covered you're a lot older than me, right?
Good.
A lot. So Rocky 3, Rocky 4, it's right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then you wonder why a lot of people love these movies. Like, you look at the director, you know, the director went on to do, right? The director of one?
You tell me.
He did Karate Kid 1, 2, and 3. He also did Lean on Me. And then he did later on, he did a movie. I don't know if you remember, but it had Luke Perry in the movie. It was called 8 Seconds.
Okay.
You remember that?
I never saw it, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Good director. I mean, he did a couple of things before Rocky, but to come on and do the first one, I mean, from number one, it's like it was a hit. But have you ever heard the story on how they kind of came together and how they were made?
What, Rocky?
Yeah.
You tell me, Mr. Data Man.
No, man, you gotta tell me. Like, okay, I know, but
I don't know all the fact. I don't know all the story behind it. I just like.
Oh, dude. Oh, well, that's what you have me for then. Shit. Okay. Let me go in.
I knew you were gonna do some research.
Okay, so Rocky again, Sylvester Stallone. You know, he's an actor. He had done a couple movies before, but again, he was talking about he was so broke, like he had to sell his dog because he couldn't afford to feed it.
Which is the actual dog in the movie.
Yeah, and so that. Yeah, so he writes the story, and well, what he sees is he sees Muhammad Ali, and Muhammad Ali had a fight with a guy who was kind of it was kind of like a old and out of shape boxer, or you know, like again, a guy out of nowhere who Rocky kind of is, right? And he sees Muhammad Ali do this fight with him, and he goes like, for a second, man, that guy got the best of Muhammad Ali, you know, like the best in the world, the champ, and here it is, some guy, you know, knocked him down and stuff like that. And again, he didn't win or nothing like that, but Rocky thought about that, and he says he went back, or Sylvester Stallone thought about that. He went back and he wrote the movie. Now, he wrote the movie and he went in as an actor to read for a scene. You know, he didn't get it, but they talked to him about, like, do you do anything else? And he's like, I write a little bit. He pitched the screenplay to them. They wanted it, but they wanted it for someone else. They wanted it for a bigger actor at the time, Robert Redford, something like that.
Nah.
Yeah, and he said, well, here's the thing, like, I'll sell it to you if I get to play the role. And you know, they ended up giving into it, but at a fucking much lower pay for the movie. You know what I mean? So it was like $1 million. It was $1 million budget for Rocky, and I mean, you know, you saw what it became. But like they talk about the making of the movie, and it was real. You know, like the scene where he's running down the street and the van's following him, or you know, he's running down the street. They you know, it was real renegade filmmaking at the time, man. Like they weren't um, they didn't have fucking permits to shoot all that shit. Him running up the steps, the use of the Steadicam that they used, that kind of became the whole story, or kind of became used majorly in Hollywood. That was the first time they used it in that movie, and that dude just happened to be in Philadelphia working on that, and that's how this shit became used. Like it was a lot of crazy stuff that went into making the movie that just fucking worked, bro. Like you see it now, and it's like there's movies are made now based on the blueprint set up by Rocky.
And those are the best kind of movies, right?
They happen organically.
Yeah, kind of come out of nowhere. Things happen that maybe weren't scripted, and things just happen a certain way, and people think, "Oh man, that was brilliant." Sometimes it's just real life. Real life happens, and it's picture perfect, I guess you could say.
Yeah. And have you watched part 1 lately?
I watched it not too long ago.
Dude, like the whole story, like it's a love story. It's basically, like
Yeah,
all these Rocky movies, they're love stories. Like this dude's so in love with this girl, but at the time, like on part 1, like I was like, are they making it like Rocky's a little bit slow and Adrian's a little bit slow? Because I didn't pick up on that in the older movies, but part 1 really seems that way.
yeah. I like how Rocky. It's almost stalker like because he keeps going over
Yeah.
and wanting to talk to her, wanting to talk to her, and she's like, don't like she's too scared to say that that she's into it, but she kind of is.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's funny to me.
No, it is, and again, I mean, all credit to Sylvester Stallone. Like he kind of wrote the movie as they were going. One of the most iconic scenes in this movie again is the scene where they're at the skating rink, right? And it's just him and her. Originally, it's written for a whole crowd and stuff to go on. They didn't have the budget for all the extras, so they had to do it just them two.
I like So the movie starts off. He's kind of like he's a tough guy, right? He collects money for this mobster gangster. And I like how when they like everybody knows he likes his girl from the pet store.
Yeah.
And everybody knows that she's like a little slower, shy.
Mm-hmm.
And that mobster's a driver. I think it's a driver. Joking around, he's like, Rocky's talking about he wants to take her out somewhere, and that dude, he's like, take her to the zoo. Like,
the motherfucker like the zoo, yeah,
yeah, like fucking, they like the zoo. Fucking slow people like the zoo, which is funny because in the second movie, Rocky 2, they go to the zoo, and I was thinking about that the whole time.
Yeah. Because they go to the zoo, right? And they have the that's where I was like,
the tiger.
They got the tiger's in the background.
Yeah.
The whole fight at the end, Rocky wrote on the day. They went through a lot of actors. Carl Weathers is an old football player. He came in and they said during the audition, him and Rocky didn't mesh well. And he said, once I get a real actor in here, because he thought it was just some writer against him. He's like, well, hey, I'm the main actor too. And Sylvester Stallone said, man, I loved his attitude, and I signed him off for that. So just the fact that he was perfect for Apollo. The story itself, I guess you could see it like there was a big fight in Philadelphia. Apollo's opponent gets hurt, so he has to look for a new opponent. I really like. I mean, it's weird that they picked Rocky, right? Because he wasn't even Mick's favorite during the it just Apollo liked the name Italian Stallion.
Yeah, it was by luck.
Yeah.
It's funny,
Um,
like they were looking through fighters in like a book, like a catalog.
yeah.
He was like, "Oh, look, hey, how about this guy, the Italian Stallion?"
Yeah. Um, and I thought it was great what Mick said at the end, where he's like, "Hey, man, like, why are you always writing me, man? Because at that point, Mick threw him out of the gym. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and he's like, "Cause you could have been somebody, but you became a ankle breaker or something like that, right? Or a knee breaker."
Freaking oh yeah, because he's a collector.
Yeah.
But basically, he was already like almost past his prime. He was, I want to say, the first movie he's supposed to be in like his 30s already.
Oh, dude, like he was ready to retire, right? Like in
Yeah.
every movie, right?
That's why Mick was kicking him out. I was like, "Ah, you're too old already, man. I need to work with these young kids."
Yeah. And then Mick tells him, you could have been somebody, but yet you're that. And he's like, it's a living. He's like, yeah, it's a poor living, something like that. But that guy helps him out, right? Like the gangster, once he finds out he's giving him a fight, he
Yeah.
gives him money and stuff like that, Rocky was a mob enforcer, man.
Yep. Yeah, it's funny because he's like, "Anything you need, Rock, let me know." And especially when he found out that he was gonna get this fight, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be there
Yeah.
ringside for you." Like,
Yeah.
he was a gangster, but he was all supportive, man. He was all gung ho for him.
He's there in part 2 too, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, I thought it was, great. I thought the fight that they put on at the end was great. I thought it was great that neither of them won, right? Like it was, or Creed won by decision. But I thought it was badass. Like,
It is. But that same theme plays out in a lot of the movies, right? You got Creed. He's the champ. He thinks he's on top of the world. He can beat anybody. He's not even looking two looks at Rocky, right? He
yeah,
just picked him because of his name. But then you know, Rocky starts taking it serious and doing all this training. He gets put on TV where he's punching the meat, and Creed's
yeah,
trainer's like, "Hey, come look at this dude, man. This dude, he ain't playing around."
yeah,
Creed is like, "Yeah, whatever. I got him."
yeah. And
And
and, and it kind of shows where Creed can get got by someone working hard, right?
yeah, I think that's goes for. I think that's why this movie is so good and people can relate, because I think that goes towards anything, not just
Yeah.
boxing or sports. I mean, uh, watch out for the guy behind you because he could out hustle you. You know.
Oh yeah, man, dude. I mean, I'm telling you, like, it's something that I would preach to my kids daily. And then, I mean, as they're coming up and again, as they're there, for the guy behind them, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't take anyone lightly. Um, and then, but like at the same time, his relationship with who's the guy who's his best friend, Burt Young, right? The brother,
Paulie.
Paulie, and Paulie's great in this fucking movie.
Yeah,
Um,
he is.
um, and then so Paulie is Adrian's sister. He keeps telling Paulie, like, "Tell your sister I want to go out." Paulie fucking forces her to go out with him and
Yeah,
shit like that. And then it turns into a situation where Adrian ends up moving in with him.
yeah. It's like it's tough love, right? Like
Yeah,
he's pushing his sister to fucking snap out of her being shy, and he's ugly about it, but it's in a loving way, if that makes sense.
yeah, and
Because he truly cares for her and Rocky,
yeah. Like I mean, I thought I want to say there was a few Academy Awards that went out for this, but man, I thought Paulie should have got something.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. He's one of
Um,
the he's there for so many reasons. He's there for the comic relief. He's there as a supportive best friend. Is he Paulie's a lot of stuff
Yeah.
in these movies.
Oh, he causes the drama sometimes, man. Like when he throws her out
Yeah,
and shit like that.
yeah.
And then I mean, but he's there for Rocky too at the end. You know what's crazy is like I think it gets towards the end of the fight, right? And Creed's just expecting Rocky to stay down, right? And then like you see him look to the side and Rocky just gets back up and Creed's like shit. Like, dude,
Hey, he's like, God damn this
yeah.
guy.
Yeah, like he wasn't
And I
going
think,
nowhere.
and I think everybody's telling him, even Mick, the trainers, just stay down, stay down. He's like, no, man, no.
Yeah. He's like, you stop this fight, I'll kill you. And you know, he comes out, man, and up until like I think the boxing movie before this one was Raging Bull, right? That was a good boxing movie, and the fighting style shown in this movie and the technique and the way they showed everything, that's the way movies were done, like um throughout the 80s. That's why we love this fucking movie. But shit, like it all started with Rocky. I mean, like I said, the director went on, he did the Karate Kid movies, which we all loved. These movies were all fucking based off of Rocky or used the same story as Rocky.
Yeah, and it just keeps going because it's basically an underdog story, but man, it's like nobody gave two shits about Rocky.
Yeah,
I mean,
before that.
yeah, I especially like the scene where it's the day before the fight and Rocky can't sleep, so he gets up, he ends up at the arena, he's looking at the posters and the ring announcer guy is there and he's like, "Hey Rock, or how you doing? This and that." And he's like, "Hey yo, that poster's wrong." He's like, I'm wearing white shorts with the red stripe, and that's the red shorts with the white stripe. And he's like, you know what? It doesn't really matter, does it? It's
Yeah.
like, man,
But check this out, bro. Like that was a mistake done by the graphic design people because again, they didn't have a fucking budget for this, and so he wrote that scene in to explain the mistake on the poster.
but it fucking plays.
Yeah, right.
It
That's
plays
what I'm
though.
saying. Like the way this shit happens. I liken it. Okay, people will fuck me up for saying this, but I liken it to like when Kevin Smith talks about making Clerks and all the shit that kind of just not went wrong, but happened, and they just went with it to this direction. But like you said, like it played so well. I liken that to this movie here because, like I said, a lot of renegade filmmaking, like the run up the stairs, that wasn't planned. Um, that that's become the iconic fucking scene, right? Forever.
Yes, I bet you people of Philadelphia fucking hate tourists. I
Oh,
bet.
dude,
I want to know how many people a day run up them stairs.
right? I wonder if it's like people say like you go to Vegas and there's that famous Vegas sign, right, that everyone takes a picture with, and there's like
Right.
a line of stupid fucking people out there to take a picture with the sign, bro.
It's like how many people are running up the running up them stairs. Yo, what up, Rocky? It's gotta be like, oh,
Rocco,
Rocco. Hey, Rocco.
fly.
It's probably like the same idiots that were they wanted to find the stairs that Joaquin Phoenix was doing the Joker dance on. People
Oh yeah,
taking
yeah, yeah,
pictures.
yeah.
I mean,
And but you ever seen those pictures? Like you see people in the background waiting for their turn to fucking
yeah,
run.
y'all stupid. Y'all stupid.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie though. I want to go to Philly just to do that though.
Oh, I know you would. You'd probably take your belt with you.
I mean,
Babe, take the
what
picture.
belt? What
Yeah.
what belt? Huh?
Yeah, you'd be like, babe, take the picture. Take the picture. Hurry up.
Adrian!
Oh
Chuck
fuck.
Chuck always tells me, "Hey, whenever you want to sell that belt, let me know." Like,
Oh, that's never happening, bro.
nah. Like, look, Rocky and Creed. What?
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
The music from this
The
movie, right?
music, iconic, man, iconic.
I mean, whenever you hear dun 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 dun, I mean, come on,
Okay,
that just
but not
pumps you
only
up.
that, like you start hearing it in the background, right? Like little, like it's not at the same cadence or nothing like that, but little piano plays in the
Oh,
background,
that,
man. The score to the movie,
yeah,
yeah. Oh,
that
dude,
fucking when it's slow, right? Dun dun dun.
yeah. And
Dun,
you're
dun.
like,
In the dramatic moments, oh
it's
man, come
fucking
on.
coming, bro. Yeah.
Uh,
Now,
yeah,
tell me when you'd watch these movies, like you get pumped up, right? Like you and your
hell
cousins would
yeah.
get up and say, "Come on, bitch, square up," you know, fucking put socks on our hands, and we just start fucking going at it.
That's why I remember Rocky 5 so much. I remember seeing this with a friend of mine at the time when I was young. We went to go see it, and this friend of mine at the time, he was cool, but he was rough, right? I was like, I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
I'm not saying I was a wimp or anything, but I mean, like we're sitting there and he was like punching me, and we're like, bro, let's watch the movie. We're
yeah,
getting into it, right? But it was funny. It was funny.
yeah. Nah, man. Nah, I remember that. Like, I especially remember like after Karate Kid, man. Like at the end, me and my cousins getting up and fucking let's fucking go, or we're gonna get to it. Rocky Four, Rocky Four. He does a lot of fucking old school fucking workouts and shit like that. And then so there goes me and my cousins outside for a day, fucking trying to work out all badass and shit like that.
Let's see. Wrapping up Rocky 1. So they have the fight, right? And then it was a split decision. Creed wins.
Yeah, Chuck. I mean, look. Oh man, Cody Chuck. Fucking
Good.
$1 million budget, $225 million total box office,
For 1976, that's pretty badass.
bro. This made fucking Sylvester Stallone a millionaire, and this motherfucker just got to do whatever the fuck he wanted after that, and he still does, to this day. But he doesn't own the actual franchise, right?
Oh, we'll get into that. We'll get into
Yeah.
that. We'll get
Okay,
into
okay.
that. Um, but
So
it's funny. I want to know if they thought on a sequel when they were making this movie. Because I like at the end, the fight, it's split decision, and they're kind of hugging it out, like you know. And Creed
ain't gonna
tells
be a
him,
rematch.
"Ain't gonna be no rematch."
Yeah,
And Rocky says, "I don't want one."
yeah.
Uh, so I wonder if they planned for a sequel or not. Maybe they didn't, but
Um.
after the success, they're like, "Yeah, we're doing another one."
Oh, dude, like it was crazy, and then it I mean, it was like the blowout movie. Like it won Oscars. I think Sylvester Stallone got a writing Oscar. Again, it left this motherfucker open to do whatever he wanted. I want to say they come back with Rocky 2, and Rocky 2 was interesting in that it picked up at the end of Rocky 1.
Yes, that's at least the first five, right?
Yeah,
They kind of do that, even though there's time jumps, whatever. Or people just age quickly, especially as
yeah,
kid. But it's still cool, right? Pick up right at the end of the fight. He says, "Ain't gonna be no rematch. I don't want one." And then like the movie starts with them in the hospital trying to recover from beating each other's ass.
yeah. Well, it starts at the last. What is it? The last round. Um, that scene, they're all fucked up. Like you could tell the makeup on their face and shit like that. They're
Yeah.
all fucked. Again, this
Uh,
is this is late 70s. I think it's 78. They get a bigger budget, of course, but it's. I mean, it isn't all that. They try to redo what they did with the first one, but I thought part 2 dragged a little bit in the beginning.
I guess a little bit, but I guess when Rocky was in the hospital because of his eye. When in the first one, his eye was so swollen, he couldn't see. So he said, "Hey, Mick, cut me." And I think that's what they were worried about at why he was in the hospital in part 2. Because then it
Mhm.
comes up, right? Because Rocky 2, he's retired, right? He's
Yeah.
done.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
got
yeah,
a
yeah.
he got a little bit of money, more than he had before, right?
But he kind of let it get to his head a little bit, right? Like he spends a little bit too much. He thinks he's gonna be able to do commercials and that be the fit, but he learns very quickly like commercial life isn't for him. At least in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
wait
I,
till we
I
get to
like
that.
I like he's leaving the hospital, right? He's just getting out, and these people are like,
Yeah.
"Hey, we got to strike while the iron is hot, and this and that. We got to get you in commercials and this and that." And one of my funniest parts of my favorite parts of part 2 is this dude's right, this advertising guy. He's like, "Hey," he's like, well, "I'll call you, right? I'll call you." He's like, "What's your number?" He's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'll call you." He's like, "Well, you want my number?" He's like, "No, I'll just call you." I'll be like, "Hey, yo."
He's so fucking stupid. Like again, in this movie, he's not as slow, right? Like he still
Yeah.
is like, but Adrian fucking steps up in this movie. I think.
Oh yeah. Like her shyness is gone. Like she's like,
Yeah.
well, it kind of starts off too, right? Once he gets out of the hospital, they go to the zoo. They go to the
Yeah,
zoo.
yeah, yeah. He's got that tiger jacket on.
Not yet. Not
Oh
he
no, he
doesn't.
doesn't. He doesn't. Yeah, 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 yeah.
But where he's got to me one of the best proposals. He's like, "Hey, so I was just kind of wondering if you wouldn't mind marrying me too much." uh, I was like, "That's awesome."
Yeah. Um. So then again, he kind of tries to. I guess he's trying to do these jobs, right? And it kind of shows him being like the everyday guy, like the
Yeah.
average Joe. Like, oh, dude, and I'm like, dude, like you just kicked this dude's ass, man. Like you should be back. And again, he can't fight, right? Because he's losing that vision in the left eye.
Mhm.
Um.
And he keeps going in, and they're
Yeah.
like you said, he thought he was just gonna go in and like, "Oh, I kind of want a desk job, like you right here." He's like,
Yeah.
and then dude's like, "Let me be honest with you. Come on, man. You ain't gonna get no desk job.
Yeah.
Why don't you go find some manual labor job?"
Yeah. And he fucking like Paulie took his place, right?
Yeah, Paulie
Fucking
was collecting now.
yeah, Paulie was the collector now. Oh dude, that was fucking funny. But I mean he bought that new fucking
Yeah.
car, badass.
Oh man, that Firebird.
Yeah.
It was like the fucking Smokey and the Bandit car, man.
He's going around fucking throwing money around everywhere. And pretty soon he's fucking broke.
And like shit, I can't get no office job. So hey, let's try these commercials.
But I think he comes back into it, right? Like I think little by little he comes back into it. And that he's gonna fight, and fucking people are telling Creed that you know people are getting on Creed about him getting beat by Rocky, and so Creed's like, "Oh, let's do a fucking rematch."
Yeah, and he's like, well, you said you didn't want no rematch. Like, I'll fight you anywhere. I'll fight you anywhere, anytime. And Creed wants this fight so bad just because people talking shit. That's another thing. Don't listen to people. People,
Yeah,
I don't care what
I,
nobody
I,
else
I
thinks.
Yeah, nah, I'd be talking shit to him and be like, hey, man, fucking Rocky beat you, bro. Like, y'all need to replay that shit.
That just goes to show you, don't listen to other people. But Creed gets all pissed off. He's like, I don't care. I'll fight this dude anytime, anywhere. They said, well, he's retired. Rocky's retired. Well, let's go after him. Let's talk about his family, whatever. And his dude, Creed's dude, is like, hey, if we do this, you're gonna look like the bad guy. Creed's like, fuck it, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna be the bad guy.
Like, whatever it takes to get Rocky back in the ring, let's do it.
Yeah.
And Rocky had promised Adrian, right? Like,
yeah, he was like, I'm done.
Yeah. I think Mick starts coming back and he's, telling Rock about fucking fighting again. And what do they get back into it? But Rocky doesn't really get back into it until fucking Adrian tells him, you need to go win.
Because this is the one where she gets pregnant, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She gets pregnant. He has the first kid.
She gets pregnant. And
hey, we all get soft when we have that first baby.
Yeah, it's like
some of us more than others.
But I mean,
all get soft.
This whole thing, Creed's on him about, let's do this rematch and this and that. And at one point, Mick is like, you can't do it, man. You can't do it. He does that thing. He's like, hey, follow my finger.
Yeah.
And he does it by his normal eye. And he's like, he's fine. And he does it on his bad eye. And he doesn't see it. He's like, you're not going to see him coming, this and that. But eventually, he convinces Mick, okay, I'll train you. All right, let's do this. But then, Adrian, she has a baby. The baby's fine, but she goes into a coma, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And so, like, he's not doing anything because Adrian, that's his whole world.
Yeah.
And Mick's like, hey, we got this fight coming up. It's the champ,
Yeah,
and
he had already signed for it and everything.
Yeah, and Rocky's not doing anything. It's like, man, he's just always there by Adrian's side, which is, again, like you said, it's another love story, right?
Yeah.
And then, so finally, she kind of breaks out of her coma. And before this whole thing, like, she was fighting with him. She's like, you shouldn't fight no more, this and that. But she snaps out of the coma, and she's like, I just want you to do one thing for me.
Yeah.
And she's all, win.
Yeah.
He fucking snaps. He's like, what the hell? And I like Mick. He's like, Mick is in the hospital room with him. He's like, well, what is we waiting for?
Yeah. I think, okay, fucking Mick, if you don't know, the fucking Penguin from the Batman series, Burgess Meredith, I believe he got did he get an Oscar nomination for the Mick role?
You know what's a weird weird way I another movie I remember Mick in, it's not a very big part, but have you ever seen Clash of the Titans? Like the original Clash of the Titans?
Oh, yeah, with the fucking owl?
Yeah. So Perseus, the main guy in Clash of the Titans, like at the very beginning when he's gonna go after Princess Andromeda, whatever her name is, it's Mick that kind of shows. It's almost like a trainer. I don't know what it was, but he gives him the shield and the sword, whatever he's gonna use. I don't know. It's just a side thing there.
Okay, I don't remember that shit. But again, Mick, great performance in this movie again. Paulie, another great performance by Burt Young. Now I think Talia, she couldn't be there for the fight. Like, and they filmed her scene of her watching the fight afterwards, but that's why like she wasn't there at the fight at the end.
Hmm.
So again, like shit happened during this movie. Talia, at the time, I think she's doing Godfather or Godfather 2. Um, if you remember that.
Yeah,
So,
man.
yeah, she couldn't be there at the end, but again, things happened that they just roll with. I think part of the story is they get Rocky to fight like southpaw, right? Or left-handed.
Uh, So Rocky is the southpaw.
Oh, he's
That
southpaw.
that's what that was one of the things in the first Rocky. Creed's trainer was like, he's a southpaw, man. We don't want to be messing with no southpaw. So the whole change
Yeah.
up, right, for this time to kind of catch Creed off guard is Rocky's gonna train to be a right-handed fighter, and then at the right moment, he's gonna say, just switch it back, and then fuck him up, right?
So early on, in training, he had broke or strained something in his left arm, so he couldn't use it the way he wanted. That's why they wrote in the right arm deal, or coming at him from the right side.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, again, like shit happened during the making of this one that again he
It
just
made
rolled with, and he's
it
the
made
writer.
it makes sense, and it makes
Yeah,
sense.
he's the writer, so he could fucking do it, you know. So they did that. I believe it's during the fight scene. They get in a real fight. Uh, they the scene where they're breaking them up. I think
Hmm.
early on, real.
Really?
Yeah. That again, and this is just like you can see YouTube shorts of it now. Like did you know and Rocky 2, you see shit like that, right?
Yeah,
Or
yeah, yeah.
TikToks, I'm sorry, TikToks.
Like,
Yeah,
do you know in the movie blah blah blah?
yeah. But yeah, man, like dude, there's a good documentary about it. I just can't think of the name. But I think I saw it on YouTube. But yeah, it's pretty good. Check it out.
I got to. I mean, as much as I like these movies, I haven't really dug into the background that much, but I should. I should.
Now, in the '80s, when we had like heavyweight boxing, yeah, like Mike Tyson, right? Like you had kind of boxers that fought like this. Even in the lighter weights, right? Like I remember good fucking boxing, like Hearns, Hagler. When boxing was fucking good in the late '80s or the mid '80s, I want to say this has to come from this, man. Like this movie has to have affected people to get into boxing and fucking how many boxers were made from the Rocky movies?
Oh, for sure. And they even introduced some in the movies. Was it Hagler or Frazier? Joe Frazier?
I think
It's one
Frazier.
of
Um,
he might be in 4 or something, right?
yeah. One of
I
the
don't remember.
sparring partners in part 2 is Duran. Um, for Rocky. Yeah. So again, it kind of highlights the fact, Apollo's training, first class training, right? Like fucking,
Yeah, yeah.
he's got all the up to date shit. Rocky's training in a fucking dirty gym, fucking,
He's
cutthroat.
he's chasing chickens. He's
Ah,
fucking he's fucking in a tore
that,
up
that,
old sweatsuit. Fucking
yeah. I thought that was part 3, chasing the chicken. It's part 3. It's part 2.
it might have been part 1 or I don't know. Part 3?
Yeah,
Maybe.
because Mickey really don't train him that much. Part 1.
But freaking those are some of the best scenes in the movies though. Just the training montages. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Best
dude.
best part of the movies.
Like, and then it's all dun 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 dun. Dun. Man, dude, like that
Yes.
fucking song throughout, and again I can't think of his name, the guy that made the did the music, but he talks about the budget that he had for the fucking first movie, and then the budget he goes, I can hire an actual orchestra to fucking play this shit.
Uh,
So it was, you felt it, right? And he's like, and then we had to put fucking what you call it to it, dude. There's that scene where he's running next to the ship, right? Is that part two, where he's running in front of the ship? And he's fucking gone, dude. Like this motherfucker turns it on, and you see Sylvester Stallone, and you're like, God damn, he is a bad motherfucker.
yeah, I don't know if it's in part one or this one where they're running towards the stairs again, right? And
Oh, with
there's,
all the
like,
kids.
there's a bunch of kids following them, and then he
Yeah,
turns
yeah,
on
yeah,
the guns. He turns
yeah,
on the
dude.
guns.
Like
You see this little kid, like he's trying to
he's
keep
trying
up
to
with
keep
them,
up,
then he fucking blows him away, man.
dude. Like I wonder if he was like, hey, yo, make sure there's no fast kids over here. Keep them to the back.
But he fucking blew past everybody else. Like
Hell
that
yeah,
bit too, where he's running and then like he jumps over the park benches and like,
yeah. Um, there's a scene in that where the fucking one of the kids takes a dive, a fucking dog pile behind him. They kind of switch off of it real quick, but again, this is filmed. It was filmed like kind of same thing they did in part one, where
he's kind
there
of
wasn't a lot of
candid.
shit to it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dude, it was pretty badass, man. Like that scene again, he's at the top and all the kids are around him. Boom, 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 and you're all fucking pumped up, and boom, it gets into the fucking fight.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
And dude, like, think about the movies we like, right? Like fucking all the sports movies go through this. It's like sometimes it's the underdog, right? They got to beat the big dog to fucking become number one. Something happens to them to fucking distract them, knock them down. Uh, there's a training montage or a montage of like the team doing good or something like that, and they got to win the big one at the end. Fucking program, everything. All these movies, fucking again, based off of this fucking thing set. And I'm sure there's movies before this that are the same way, but
Yeah. But
Rocky just did it so well.
I think what's so good about the first one and then going into this one is like the first one, he doesn't win. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, yeah, yeah.
He doesn't win. Where it's kind of cliche, it was like, or to be expected, all underdog is gonna win at the end. He doesn't win.
I think, like, did we talk Bad News Bears?
Uh we've talked about it. We should do that
Well,
movie
like,
though.
yeah, that's one of the things that I liked about that movie is that at the end, they don't fucking win.
Yeah.
People, a lot of people don't remember that about part one, but that was one of the great parts about that movie. I think it's made around the same time here. It's like you have to teach kids a lesson, man. It ain't all fucking, it ain't all nice.
Dude, fucking you got me thinking about that now. It's like that's a fucking great movie.
I like,
Yeah, I mean,
I like part two where they go to the fucking Astrodome.
yeah. Shit. You got me thinking about that now. Oh, now I want to do that. Maybe hey, springtime. We always do a baseball movie.
It is
We did
fucking,
we
yeah.
did Sandlot last year.
Let's go.
All right, let's put that on the schedule. We're doing.
I got you.
Um,
Life is looking good
so
for you and me.
Rocky 2, the big fight now. Now Apollo Creed is ready. He actually trained hard for this fight.
Yeah.
Rocky kind of did some last minute training because he was holding out on his wife, and so we're ready to roll in this one. And again, it goes the distance again. Right? First movie, split decision, goes the distance. This movie again goes the distance. The very last round.
Dude, these motherfuckers stand toe to toe, and it's just fucking boom, boom. Rocky's like fucking again, telling his corner like don't fucking stop the fight. Apollo's getting his ass beat. But like I think the story is like Apollo has this fight won, but he's trying to knock Rocky out. Like if Apollo just fucking stood back, and at the end, like he could have been fucking like he could have just won.
Yeah, and his corner is trying to tell him that, it's like, dude, what are you doing? Why are you trying to knock this dude out? We're winning. We're gonna win this fight. Yeah, he's so determined because people have been talking shit the whole time. I'm gonna knock this dude out.
Yeah, and fucking Rocky catches him, and the end, Apollo goes down. They both go. It's so fucking awesome. They both go down together.
It's so iconic, right? When they both fall at the same time.
Oh, dude! Like you talk about it, and you talk about it to most men, and you can see that scene in your head every fucking time. They're both falling down. They have the count, and then at the end of the count, you get fucking Rocky pulls himself up. He
at
wins.
The last second, right? Like
the only way like he could have won 8, at that point.
9, and then like right after 9, like he just suddenly just gets up.
Yeah, and then he's not even up. Like he's fucking leaning on shit. But I mean, that was fucking boxing back then, right? Like people actually like you watch boxing now. I don't think it's as strong as it was back then.
That's what I'm gonna bring up. Right? When people watch boxing, I think that's why a lot of people gravitate towards MMA, because when people watch boxing, this is what they want to see. They want to see two motherfuckers going at it toe to toe, throwing punches. Today's boxing game world is so, I hate it. Honestly. People are like, oh, Mayweather is the best and this and that.
That's why people watch wrestling, look. That's why people watch wrestling.
It's like,
though. Dude, I talk about it all the time. Like,
because he can dodge everybody. He dodges everybody and then punches them a couple times. Yeah. That's like, He's just trying to win rounds. It's like, come on.
They fucking, I talk about it like, there's boxing today. You already know there's going to be 3 fights. They'll have one fight, one wins, one fight, the other one wins, and then the third one we'll see, right? Like whoever's up at that time. Like, it's bullshit. Like, it's so bullshit. That's why I watch wrestling.
I didn't watch it, but how was WrestleMania? Anything good happen?
WrestleMania night 1 was fucking awesome. Like, I was like, dude, like, it was the way, like, fucking wrestling should be. Like, there was great matches. The best of the best came out. Fucking, but, dude, I don't know if you've seen, like, they're saying Vince McMahon came back, right? And this dude.
Oh, you mean, what's his name?
Fuck. He looks like Vince. He looks like Vince from the Addams Family, bro. Like, oh my god, like
Gomez Adams,
bro. Like, fuck, dude. Like,
it's like, bro, you're gray. You have gray hair. What are you doing? So dyed his little mustache,
dude. And then like they're saying, okay, he's back, but he's not in charge. And then the booking for night 2 and like some of the matches that went down and the end of it like sucked ass, bro. Like, oh my god, like I was just so pissed off. There was a couple of good matches, but like Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns fought at the end, and it was a great match. And then Cody Rhodes lost. Like, everyone expected him to win. And I expected him to win, dude. Like, I had my Cody Rhodes shirt on, bro, and stuff like that. Yeah. But
they're setting up a rematch.
But yeah, like, I can see it now. But I think it's a big missed opportunity for WWE, because this should have been done at WrestleMania. Now, then they come back on Monday night, right? And a lot of the fucking way that they say that Vince wrote Monday Night, and like a lot of the way Monday Night Raw went, it sucked. Like, and usually the Raw after WrestleMania is a fucking big time Raw. Like, it's a big deal, and
Yeah,
it
yeah.
blew balls, bro.
And blue balls. That's nice.
So yeah, dude, I'm disappointed, but again, I don't know. Hopefully they're doing something else because, like, at the end of Raw, Brock Lesnar just beats the fuck out of Cody Rhodes. And again, like, you ever seen Brock Lesnar fight? Like, this is what really happened, I think. If this motherfucker gets a hold of you, like, have you seen this motherfucker?
I seen him in the MMA and the UFC.
Yeah. So there's a video out there, like, because again, I tell you, I've been watching Joe Rogan a lot, and Joe Rogan's like standing behind Brock Lesnar when he's fucking weighing in. Brock Lesnar takes off his shirt, and Joe Rogan's like, "God damn!" In Joe Rogan's comedy, he's like, "You, you gotta stand next to a guy like Brock Lesnar, and there's just 1% of you is inside saying." Please don't fuck me. Please don't fuck me. Please don't fuck me. It's like, cause at this point with a man like that, there's no stopping it. Like he's gonna do what he wants. Not that Brock Lesnar would want to fuck me, but I'm just saying.
If he wanted to, he probably could.
Yeah, yeah. It's fucking funny. Like, and he talks about him. And he's like, you see a guy like Brock Lesnar, and this dude should have been fucking. He was born out of time. Like he should have been born back in the 1600s. He should have been
The
on
fucking
those.
gladiator.
Yeah, he should have been on a Viking ship coming this way to fucking rape and pillage.
Oh
That's
man.
Funny. Okay, let's get back to
What are we talking about?
Italian selling. Okay, Rocky 2 finishes. Rocky wins. Yo, Adrian, we did it.
Yes, Adrian.
Rocky 3 starts out a little bit differently. Well, it starts out the same, right? It starts with the end of the fight.
Right. But then they show that someone was in the audience. I think they show him there. Or someone just starts noticing him.
Yeah, well, they start showing like Rocky has probably about 6 bouts under him, right? Like defending his title.
Right.
And there's a montage of him just fucking people up, right? Boom, 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 boom. Like the classic Rocky shit that we've seen from him. And you know, he's far from fucking like I think after 6 fights, he is getting ready to retire again, right?
Yeah. He's done.
Now, at the same time,
because he's been a great champ. You see him, you said he's fighting all these people, and the city of Philadelphia loves him, right? And
yeah.
they want to make the statue for him.
Oh, wait. Before that, there's a charity bout. And
is it before that?
Yeah. And this charity bout, bro, he's gonna fight.
Speaking of WrestleMania.
Yeah, speaking of yeah. Ooh, yeah. There's gonna be a fight between I think it was called Thunder Lips or some shit like that.
Thunder Lips.
Yeah. Who's played by a young fucking Hulk Hogan of
Terry Hogan? Yes.
Yeah, of Now Watch This No Holds Barred fame.
Yes.
And he just, dude, like he beats the fuck out of Rocky for a little while.
I don't know how tall Sylvester Stallone is. I don't know. I would think at least 6 foot, right?
No. Sylvester Stallone is fucking famously short, bro.
Okay, but like,
yo, I'm 5'2".
And then you see wrestlers, right? But I guess when wrestlers are in the ring together, it kind of looks normal, right? But you don't realize how freaking huge Hulk Hogan is until you see him standing right next to Sylvester Stallone. He makes Sylvester
Right?
Stallone look like a freaking midget. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's 5'10". He's 5'10". He ain't that bad.
Well, he's close, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, standing next to Hulk Hogan, and I don't know how
Yeah.
tall Hulk Hogan is, but he is ginormous.
Hulk Hogan's 6'9". Like,
And with
he was a big motherfucker.
the scary thought, right?
Yeah.
Next to Sylvester Stallone, Hulk Hogan is ginormous. But then you think Andre the Giant next to Hulk Hogan,
Ginormous.
he's ginormous. Like, oh.
Yeah. Dude, that's why I like wrestling. That's why I like the WWE so much. They are big motherfuckers like that. Like that little that show that plays out of the parking lot sometimes. That comes on the other channel. Their wrestler are like mine and Chuck size. Like it's funny.
But if they're in there together, it looks fine.
It looks like when the minis fucking fight.
Oh,
Dude, but like Hogan
go.
fucking he kicks Rocky's ass. And then Rocky's like, cut my gloves off. And then he comes back, right? And he ends up fucking
Yeah,
I want to say he picks up Hogan, throws him over.
Because Hogan picks up Stallone and throws him off the side of the ring.
Yeah.
That's when he's like, "Yeah, come in gloves." He starts punching him with his regular fists. Screw these gloves. And somehow he's able to pick him up. I think because Hogan was like ran along the ropes, so he had like a running start, so he can jump up, so he can pull him up. He tried to do like a Dirty Dancing, like picked him up as he was running towards him.
You know what's crazy is later on, I think a couple years from this is Hogan and who we see as the real fucking villain in this movie, Mr. T, go on to do WrestleMania 1. Everyone knows him from these movies. Boom. Because Rocky 3 is a fucking hit.
I told you. I'm telling you, this is probably my favorite.
Yeah.
You get Mr. T, right? He's watching Rocky win all these fights. And you just
Clubber Lang,
man. Shit. That's a name right there, right?
Yeah.
Boxer, Clubber? Come on.
Dude, he was badass.
He was badass back then. Was this before A-Team or right around?
I think this is before. Because at this point, they saw, they found Mr. T in just a show for Hogan. Or no. I think he was in something else as a security guard. Like, he was a security guard at this time.
Back then, that dude was scary.
Yeah.
Mr.
I pity the fool. Yeah.
Like,
hey. Did you ever have the Mr. T cereal?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like how, isn't it in Pee-wee's Big Adventure? He's eating Mr. T cereal.
Oh, yeah. Bro, if we do any movie.
La, la, la.
Yeah, we got to do that one.
Oh, man. Yes.
I love that one.
That's on the list, too. Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Oh, it actually is on the list. I gotta pull out the list, but it's on there. Now, fucking Rocky 3.
Because Tim Burton?
Well, that's origin fucking stories for Tim Burton. Like, that's what got him fucking the clout to do all the fucking crazy shit that he does now. Like, and everyone's just like, yeah, fucking go ahead. You want fucking...
Here's all my money. Let's do it.
Yeah.
It's that meme. Here's my money.
I mean, but you talk about this movie with Sylvester Stallone, again, it affords him to do whatever the fuck he wants. he starts doing. I think he goes. I mean, at this point, he has the Rambo franchise fucking going. Kept kicking ass in that movie. Him and Arnold Schwarzenegger are going head to head to be like who's the fucking top star. Um, he gets Tango and Cash going with Kurt Russell. Remember that one?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was a fucking movie. What? Okay, what's your favorite Stallone movie?
Come on now. That's another show. I want to do some episodes where we kind of go with a certain actor or a certain person and
Go
rank
through
all
their
their
movies.
work. Rank all their
Oh,
work. I think that'd be a fun thing to do.
oh, fuck yeah.
So we'll save it for that.
Okay.
But out of the Rockies, three is definitely my favorite.
Now the
Um,
fighting in this movie, man, like fucking Clubber Lang is fucking bringing it, bro. Like he is fucking like he looks like Tyson.
for real. Now this another reason I like this movie is like it kind of plays like I said we're seeing the same theme, right? We got
Yeah,
Rocky. He's been the champ for a little while. He's kicking people's ass, and and Mick he knows Clubber Lang. He's the number one contender. But he knows that dude is trouble.
yeah,
That's why Mick's like, you know what? Let's retire. We're done. We're done. We don't need him. We don't need him.
yeah.
But Clubber Lang keeps showing up at places. Like I said, Philly was giving him the statue. He shows up, starts talking about his wife. Oh, you don't talk about Adrian. Fucking.
Yep.
So
Hey,
he's like,
you
any
want me to show you a
place.
real man?
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
So
baby, you want me to
good.
show you a real man?
Uh, so fucking that's it's Rocky right there. Who
Yeah.
cares about what happened before? When he starts talking about Adrian, oh, that's it. Any place, any time. Let's go right now.
Yeah. Um. Dude, and then like throughout the movie, you see that Mick isn't well, right? Like he's getting sick, and it's just like, oh fuck, they're setting us up for fucking failure here. Like they're gonna kill
Yeah,
us.
man.
Yeah. But Rocky 3 does something a little bit differently. That again, a lot of movies start following after that. Like there's a lot of movies that have used the same fucking like this same story. Is Rocky 3? He gets beat by Clubber Lang. Like in the middle of the movie, you know, you come up to the fight and it's like, oh shit, they're having a fight already, and Clubber Lang beats him.
Yeah, because like I said, it's the whole same as Rocky 1, right? He got comfortable. He's been beating people. He thinks, oh, no problem. I'm gonna kick this dude's ass, right? Even though
Mhm.
Mick is like, no, we don't need him and this and that. Um, and then it comes down to the day of the fight. Rocky's ready to go, but you know, Mick doesn't make it out to the ring. He starts having a heart attack, and then that just destroys him, right? Rocky's
Yeah.
thinking about Mick. He's thinking about other stuff, and he wasn't really training too hard. I don't know if you remember the training for the first
Oh
fight.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean,
That's
it
kind of
was
something we
whole
got to talk
setup
about.
like a whole media circus, right? He had people
Yeah.
coming in. He's taking pictures. He just kind of
And
he
fucking Mick's
wasn't.
getting after him, like, you gotta train better. Like, what the hell?
Yeah,
What are
and
you doing?
he's taking it too lightly, just like Creed did in the first one.
Yeah. Oh, and at this point, like, they make it a point, like, Rocky 2 kind of shows where he's trying to do ads and stuff like that. And oh my God, like, you can't do it. Now he's fucking doing ads for American Express and shit like that.
Yeah,
They live in a big mansion, you know, fucking, they're all decked out.
because from 1, 2, and then now 3, like Sylvester Stallone, like he's trimmed. He's
Yeah.
smarter now. He's smart now. I don't know.
Yeah.
He kind of lost that.
Yeah.
He kind of lost that punchiness that he had. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
he's got money, so now he's smart. I don't know.
Hey, yo, that's Italian. That's authentic.
He was when he's not doing no commercials. We was talking about makes me want to go in the
Yeah.
rendezvous.
Like don't leave home without it.
uh, like Rocky, can you read that? Can you read it?
Yeah.
Just read the dummy cards. Hey yo, I ain't dumb.
But dude, like he fucking again, he gets beat.
And then like quick, I think it's like 2 rounds, 2 or 3 rounds, maybe.
Yeah. And he
And
comes
like
back, and Mick's dying, right? Like, and he tells Mick that he won, right? Like we did it, and fucking Mick passes, right?
yeah,
Am I right? Yeah,
yeah,
dude. And that's fucking when Mick passes. It's like fucking, hombre, I
yeah.
got something in my eye.
I think, but then too, like Rocky kind of maybe realizes like, man, this dude just kicked my ass. And Mick was fucking right about this guy, and this movie like I like this too because Rocky gets destroyed. Like
Yeah.
he's he's done. Like he's kind of like uh kind of like the way I was at one point in my life here, where like I don't care about nothing. It's like I'm just going through the motions, right?
Mm.
Because Apollo Creed, they're buddies now,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
They're buddies now, and Creed's like, you know what? I'm gonna help you beat this dude. I want to see you beat this dude, right?
Yeah. So he brings, Creed's crew to train him, but he tells him, he's like, but under one stipulation, and he's like, you gotta promise me something. And Rocky's like, whatever you want.
Yeah.
So,
Like, what is it?
and yeah,
I'll tell you after the fight.
yeah. Um,
He says like, when this is over. When this is over.
yeah. That's fucking great. But so that goes to the probably most famous fucking training montage of all training montages is him running through the beach, right? Oh fuck. First Apollo's beating him, and Apollo's telling him like what's the matter with you? And there's a famous fucking TikTok that goes around of Apollo telling him that shit, like, what's the matter with you, Rock? And he's like, tomorrow, and he's like, there is no tomorrow.
That's one of my favorites from this movie, man.
Yeah.
He's fucking. What's the matter with you? Come on, man.
And he's like, tomorrow. Hey, yo,
There is no
tomorrow.
tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. That's so badass.
And dude, and again, them running up and down the beach, and fucking Apollo beats him. Go again.
And Rocky quits. Like,
Yeah.
they're trying to race. He just stops, which
Yeah.
is not like Rocky at all. Like I said, he mentally he's gone. He's like,
Yeah.
he's just going through the motions. Like, yeah, he wants to fight this guy again, but like he's not putting no effort at all.
And fucking Apollo's telling him, because like, dude, if you don't fucking do it, like, this guy's gonna fucking kill you. Like,
For real, man. It's like, again, it plays along to what a lot of people go through now. It's like,
dude,
you gotta fucking, because Adrian, right? Adrian's like, hey,
Yeah.
what's wrong? What is wrong with you, man?
yeah,
Talk to me. Open up to me, which everybody should do. Talk to
Yeah.
somebody. Talk to somebody. Let this shit out. And that's
Oh,
when he
dude,
finally
like,
breaks down. He's like, you want to know what's wrong? I'm afraid. All right. For the first time
Yeah.
in my life, I'm afraid.
dude, like speaking of everything, it's like that's kind of the way it is. It's like even now, it's like fucking again, like everything else, you can take care of, but this shit that we got going, it kind of hits you there. But like, yeah, like I think Rocky again. That's why like men love this movie so much, because it like dude, like in the 80s, like again, men weren't allowed. Even now, like fucking men aren't allowed to say this shit. You know what I mean?
Tough
But
guys, they're supposed to take in everything.
yeah, I mean now they want you to and you're right. Like you got to let it out, but still, there's a lot of men that like they don't fucking let it out. Like oh I can't fucking cry or shit like that. So like gotta fucking like you said, let that shit out.
Yeah, so like you said, you got dudes. Rocky is their hero. He's a badass. He's tough, whatever. And then he shows this side in this movie, and he's like, to me, it showed people, okay, yeah, he's a tough guy, but hey, he's got real emotions too, man. It's like
And
I
all
don't
the
know.
ladies,
It's just good, man. You gotta let that
dude.
shit out.
But dude, all the men fucking went crazy, and all the ladies went fucking crazier for fucking Stallone at this time. And then his fucking little fucking puffy hairdo was that was the hairdo to have in the fucking 80s, right? Like this motherfucker set the standard and shit, driving in his fucking black eye rock. Rocco.
And Rocco. So that point, Adrian, she's like, it's okay to be afraid. It's okay. And then I guess that's all it took, talking to his wife. Like Sid talked to somebody.
Yeah,
And now he's actually putting in effort.
yeah,
Because before he was like, well, Mick never did it that way. Mick didn't tell me
yeah,
to do it like that.
yeah.
I
And
was
they're
trying to
fucking
tell him, Paul was telling him, man, I don't care. This is the way we doing it.
yeah. Dude, he comes back and I think they race again, and then they race a third time, right? That
Yeah.
third time, fucking finally, Rock fucking beats him.
I like when he first took him to his gym, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Paul's
yeah,
gym.
yeah.
And Polly, of course, the comic relief is like, hey,
But
what are we doing here? It's too dark in here.
there's no fucking comments like that, right? Like you're like, oh shit, I should all play now.
Freaking, and the way Paul says, you can't train him like a colored fighter.
Oh fuck.
But I like when Apollo first brings him into that gym and
Yeah.
everybody was like in it, like working out, and then it just went dead silence and everybody's staring. It's like you see that look in their eyes? Like that's the look that you had when you first found me. The eye of the tiger. Oh shoot, the eye of the tiger.
Yeah, here it comes, here it comes. Dun dun dun
Dun,
dun
dun.
dun dun dun.
That song too, man. Whenever you hear that, oh shoot, let's go. Let's go.
Oh fuck yeah. You're driving on the way to work, you fucking hear that shit and you're like, let's fucking go.
I'm hitting the dashboard and steering wheel. Dun, dun, dun,
Dun,
dun.
dun, dun. Dude, you hear that song, you know it's gonna be a fucking good day. And you're just you're rocking to it the whole fucking time.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, I fucking love that song. Okay, so he wins the third fucking thing. Kind of reminds me of this movie where this kid or this guy does this jump onto the ledge, and the first two times he has a rope fucking hanging from him, so he fucking gets snatched back. But that third time he don't wear a rope, and he fucking jumps the fuck out, and then he goes and kicks Bane's ass.
Oh my god.
You remember that movie?
We'll get there. We'll get there.
I'm just saying that's where movies like that got that shit. Like, he's gonna do the Rocky 3 where he fucking beats him, loses, then he comes back and has to fight him.
Yeah. So they fight again, right?
Yeah.
After Creed trains him, he's so slimmed down. I think it's this one where one of the announcers like, he looks like a middleweight.
No, yeah, it is this one. But the thing about it is like Clubber Lang hasn't gone long, right? He hasn't had long fights. He usually knocks people out 2 or 3 rounds. So that's their whole goal, right? Like they're gonna fucking make them fight.
Yeah, you gotta fucking. They're like, take him out quick. You don't want to go long rounds with this dude.
Yeah. Rock. Again, dude, he's again at this time he starts having that fucking that physique that he's known for, right? Like that poster that you have on your wall is of this movie. That's this movie, right?
Yeah, Rocky 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the plan is to just attack Clubber Lang and just knock him out. You know, trained him how to dodge and stuff, but then Rocky decides to have his own plan. Right?
Fucking
Like,
Rocky, fucking yeah.
They're
He
like,
fights
Rock,
back.
what are you doing? Yeah, Rock's like, what are you doing? It's like, I'm getting them mad, you know. He's making Clubber go after him and after him. Even Clubber Lang's corners like, what are you doing? Don't try to knock him out with one punch. Like he's
Yeah.
bringing everything he's got. He wants to knock the Rocky out.
But dude, like some of the punches in this fucking movie, man, like fucking boom. Like, dude, like I guess the camera work, the photography, whatever. Fucking that's where you got those classic fucking slow motion boom.
Oh yeah.
Boom.
You see like the fucking
boom. The fucking mouthpiece,
the blood, the blood, or
yeah,
sweat going off.
Dude, like, yeah, again, it sets the stage for like Tyson and shit like that.
Yeah, I like how Rocky said, "I'm gonna make my own rules." He starts making Clubber punch him and waste all his energy. He's like, "You ain't so bad.
Yeah.
You ain't so bad." He's like,
yeah. He's taking the punches.
But he's like, I ain't breathing so hard. He notices that Clubber Lang's all winded because he's trying to just knock him out with one punch.
Yeah, and so I think what does he get him in a lot of later rounds, and fucking starts getting him.
It's quick too. I want to say it's like 3 rounds too in this one because he's making him come after him, and Rocky's just blocking everything. He's blocking and trying to get in a couple punches here and there, and then Clubber Lang, he's gassed already. He's out.
Yeah, you see him.
He's gassed, breathing heavy now. He's breathing heavy, and then Rocky just unloads on him. One knockdown. That's all it took.
Well, I think once he gets to him, he doesn't let up.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. It's awesome.
Yo, Adrian, we did it.
And I want to say this was the first movie. I could be wrong, but I think from this point on, like it's usually in the final round of the last fight, the music where it's like dun and then like a punch,
yeah,
punch, and then another one, dun and then the final blow.
I don't remember, man. I gotta fucking watch it again. But
Yeah,
I remember fucking, Adrian does come to the ring for this one. Fucking yo, Adrian, we did it. And then Apollo lets him know what he wanted.
This is a good thing. I mean, one of the best things. Rocky 3. Adrian just had the baby, right? That's what she was in a coma, and one of those Rocky 2.
No, two.
But still, the kid's young.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't even know if we see the kid in 3. Do we? Is it just a baby?
Yeah, it's just a baby.
But so the end of this one, yeah, he fulfills his promise to Apollo, and they kind of they go at it.
But it's just them two.
Secretly. It's secretly, yeah.
It's just them two.
Secretly. Which is iconic. I want that picture. You ever seen that picture of that?
Of them, like,
yeah.
They're about to hit each other.
Yeah. I want that picture bad. I got to find a print somewhere.
Apollo says he won. or fucking what's it called?
It comes up later in the later movies.
Oh, and the
We don't.
Creeds.
They don't really say what
Yeah.
happened.
Oh,
So
Sylvester Stallone says, right?
yeah, he tells Adonis, I think in the first Creed.
Yeah. You know, Apollo 1.
So yeah, that's Rocky 3, and then Rocky 4 again starts off with that fight. That last fight between Apollo and Rocky.
um, Rocky 4 has the famous fucking, again, it's late 80s. It's made, or not, what, mid 80s kind of, right? 87? When's it made?
I don't know. Early 90s? No.
No.
Late 80s?
It's gotta be.
But this is what's funny is like, so coming home after that fight with Apollo, the secret fight, he's coming home, he's got like a black eye, and his kid is already like 10 years old.
Yeah. Oh,
His
fuck,
kids
dude.
his kid's at least 10 years old.
Rocky 4 was 85.
Oh wow. I'm old.
Yeah.
Uh, but it's funny, it's like all of a sudden, like I said, Rocky's kid is like 10 years old. It's like, what is going on? Because he's asking him, oh, who gave you that black eye? A friend? Like, oh, not much of a friend, whatever. I don't remember what he says, but I thought that was funny. This is like it's consecutive, but then there's like a time jump. I
Yeah.
don't know.
They do it with all the fucking babies, right? They just grow them up.
Yeah.
Paulie's still there. Like, even though Paulie fucking looks like he's on his last fucking run every time, Paulie's still there. Then
And we get the infamous robot.
James
But
Jetson.
it's Paulie's birthday, right?
Yeah. Hey,
Paulie's
yo, I
birthday.
got this for your birthday.
Like, what the hell is this? And I think that threw a lot of people off, right? There's some people that don't like the robot at all.
I don't know of these people that you talk about. I love the robot.
Because that's why when they made the special edition, I don't even know where to find it anymore. Rocky 4, it has extra footage from the final fight and just extra footage here and there. But they took out the robot stuff, and
Yeah.
I like all the extra stuff, but without the robot, it seems, I don't know. It's not Rocky 4 without the robot.
Yeah, that dude. Paulie, and again, you know, like you said, like Paulie's in there for the fucking little bit of comic relief, right? Like him and fucking Rocky. I mean, dude, like that dude, like you see him in the scenes here, he's some of the shit that you remember the most, right? Like in the when he's helping with the training and shit like that.
Yeah, man. Freaking so at this point, everything's good, right?
Yeah.
Clubber Lang, everything is good. Apollo's in his swimming pool, and then he sees the news. And first of all, who has a TV right by the pool? I mean, maybe nowadays the flat screen outside, but this is like a little tube TV that he had like right next to the pool.
Oh, dude, that's how rich he was, man. Dude, like when I saw fucking Apollo come out against the Russian, oh my god, that's how every fucking boxer should come out from now on.
Yeah, it plays back to when he first fought Rocky because it was like the bicentennial, right? 1977. Remember?
Yeah.
Remember the quarters had like 1777 and to 1977.
Yeah.
That just popped
You're
in my
old.
head.
Yeah, you're old.
That just popped in my head.
Fucking
And I was born in 77, so whatever. I'm old. But yeah, the intro to that when he fought the Russians, awesome. James Brown, freaking everybody was singing. I mean, the music from these movies,
Yeah.
right?
the
I
way
live in America.
living in America, fucking the way Drago comes out from underneath, right, and he's fucking he's risen
He's
up.
like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, dude, and I think for many like that's the first look at Dolph Lundgren, right, and he's stacked.
But did he do He-Man before this?
No. He got everything. I think this is his first. Like he talks about like trying out for the movie and get a call back, and Sylvester Stallone tells him like, hey, you gotta fucking like you got a good look, but you gotta fucking lean up. So he puts on all this fucking muscle, and dude, like I fucking
That
love
dude's fucking
this.
ripped. That dude is fucking
I
ripped.
I want to say this is my favorite fucking Rocky.
This is a lot of people's favorites.
Yeah,
And there's a
yeah,
lot of good
and
reasons for it. A lot.
dude, like um. all the music in this fucking song movie, like I don't want to jump too far, but like when he's driving and somewhere like all those fucking 80s
Oh,
fucking songs, bro.
yes,
Good
man.
lord.
But
I'm
freaking
a,
yeah, Paulo saw this dude and he was like, I can beat this dude, right?
yeah,
'Cause he
it'd
hasn't
be
fought
his good
nobody.
fucking comeback. Yeah.
Yeah. He wanted to prove that he still had it, and by taking this dude out, whatever. And everybody's against it, right? Well, Rocky's
Yeah.
against it. He's like, dude, what are you doing, man? We're too old.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
too old. We don't need this.
yeah.
And but
Whoa.
Creed wanted it.
Dude, and fucking Rocky's in his corner for it and shit. And dude, fucking it's pretty quick, right? I think it's like in the first round. But was it supposed to be for charity?
It was just an exhibition because
Yeah.
when he was watching the news, it was something about that Drago was an amateur boxer. I don't remember if like he won. I don't know if it was like the Olympics or Golden Gloves or some amateur thing. And he wanted to make. I think because it was announced, they wanted to fight Rocky first,
Yeah.
and Creed was like, you know what, I'm gonna go in and beat this dude, whatever, because he thought he knew him again. Creed being cocky, he's like, he's big, but he's slow, and this and that. You never saw this dude fight before. Come on.
Yeah. He goes up to him right in the beginning, and fucking when they touch gloves, motherfucker's gloves sound like steel. Boom.
I know they didn't budge, and then that's when Creed kind of looked like, oh shit.
Yeah. And dude, like it's over pretty quick, and dude, he beats the shit out of fucking Creed. Like didn't even get a chance to throw in the fucking towel.
I like there's a an editing error in this in that fight at the beginning. He's got like all the American costume on, right? Uncle Sam
Yeah.
costume. And there's a point where he's playing around with Drago. He's like, I want you. When he's in the ring, he has his gloves on already.
Yeah.
But then when they kind of cut away and then he's like, I want you. He's got no gloves.
No gloves.
He's got no gloves pointing on him. It's like, what happened? What happened there? I think they wanted to put in that line and didn't realize, maybe nobody will notice.
Dude, but his fucking gear, right? The USA everything, right? The stripes and shit.
This is where it came. It's
Yeah.
the infamous shorts, right?
Dude, fucking everyone wanted those shorts, bro. Everyone fucking Rocco USA.
The infamous American flag shorts.
Dude, he was a bad motherfucker.
Yeah. Drago fucking beat his ass.
Yeah.
Right?
Kills him.
After the first round, Creed was tore up after one round.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, man, we stop this fight, man. You ain't stopping nothing. Even that, I think it's the only last second round, I think. Even Apollo's trainer was like, Dude, throw the damn towel.
Yeah. Fucking, and then it's that famous scene, right? Like he's going down, and fucking Rocky's throwing in the towel, and it's just at the slow motion, boom.
And what gets me is like when he falls and then like his whole body twitches.
Yeah,
It's like,
dude,
oh
like
shoot, he's
yeah,
gone.
yeah, because he beats the fuck out of him. Like when he has him in that corner, and he's just fucking boom, boom. And it's like, fuck yeah, I mean, look how big that motherfucker is. Look how strong he is. That's what
For
would
real.
happen.
For
That was
real.
a fucking Punisher, bro.
Yeah, eventually. Right? Fucking He-Man, man. You can't mess around with He-Man.
And fucking, you get that famous fucking scene. If he dies, he dies.
Man, just so many iconic things. That look, right, when uh Rocky's holding
Yeah,
Apollo in his hands and looking up at
yeah,
Drago, it's like, whew.
dude. And then like he wants fucking vengeance, bro. Like finally, like for me, like it's like Rocky really has that fucking killer motivation to like fucking like, hey, fucking, there ain't nothing about it, bro. Like I'm just gonna fucking kick your ass.
Yep, and then that's right. What happens? Rocky wants to fight him, kind of get back at him, and fucking. It's the most awesomest thing I think because he's like, "Where are you gonna fight him? Christmas. We're at Russia.
Yeah.
For how much? No money. Cool. This is like like this is just strictly revenge. Like I don't
Yeah.
give a shit about the money. We're gonna throw down.
Yeah. Like what is it? It's like at the time, this is in the 80s. This is when Russia was a threat. Like
Yeah, yeah,
bro, like do you remember like we'd see shit like in the news or stuff like that about like preparing for a bomb or shit like that, like coming from Russia? You know what I mean?
yeah, man.
Like the Soviet Union was a real scare. I'll tell you this story, bro. um we were at my aunt's house, right? And like I said, like we used to always have sleepovers at my cousin's. And one night, like fucking I don't know if like the sirens were going off on TV or something like that, and then outside there was like street sweepers going through the streets, and my aunt woke the whole fucking house up talking about they're coming, they're coming about the fucking Russians bombing us, bro.
Yeah.
Swear to God, the whole fucking everyone fucking woke up, dude. I'll never forget that shit. But dude, I remember it being a real fucking scare. Like,
uh, are you old enough to have bomb drills, bomb shelter drills?
no, but I know my high school had a bomb shelter there.
I mean, it wasn't shelter. I don't remember what the drill was called, but it was for like bomb. I say bomb shelter drill, but or take shelter. But you
Yeah,
know what the
yeah,
drill
yeah.
was? You know what the drill was in school? They would
Going
say,
under your desk.
Get under your desk." Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you and your friends would be down there like that, just
Uh,
looking at each other.
like really? This
Yeah.
is gonna save us? We're gonna get under our desk.
uh, but dude, like again, Russia was a threat at this time. That in all of our minds. So of course the fucking to have Drago like this, and he goes over to Russia to fucking train. And dude, the fucking training that this dude does, he gets the fucking beard going. Bro, like this motherfucker look badass.
I like when Rocky finally says, "Okay, I'm gonna fight him," and they're doing like a little press conference,
Yeah.
and Paulie's just there talking shit.
Yeah. He's drunk. Is he drunk, right?
Like with that dude and the Russian guy, right? That's supposed to be Drago's manager.
Yeah,
I pointed out is in Halloween.
yeah. Oh yeah. In the beginning.
Yeah. I like where Paulie's talking shit and that dude's like, yes, insult us, insult us.
Dude, fucking Paulie's fucking classic in this movie, man. I remember like the training montages for one, like
man,
then you thought that, you know what, I can fucking go out and I can
yeah. I don't even
I
need a
can run
gym.
and yeah. Oh hey man, telling my cousin, hey fucking hold my legs, bro. Like watch me do this.
This one was the fucking best
Yeah,
montage. I'll give it that, man.
yeah.
Especially when you see like the almost side by side comparisons, right? They're over there
Oh
training Drago.
yeah, and he's fucking
Fucking
running.
they're
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
they're they're juicing him up, and he's on the machines. Like I remember doing the
yeah,
machines, doing this whole thing side to side.
yeah,
And then they fucking show Rocky with the fucking log on him doing the same thing. Like, like
yeah.
what?
And then they're showing like for everything that he's doing right with the machine, like he's fucking running up a hill and shit like that. Fucking Sylvester Stallone climbing a
Running,
mountain and shit
right?
like
Yeah,
that.
running up a mountain
Yeah.
or
Fucking
fucking lifting up the weight above his shoulders, and then Rocky's got four people in that wagon cart thing lifting him
yeah,
up.
including Paulie.
Yeah. Uh,
Oh, then like he's fucking running right, and that fucking car's chasing him, and he's like, "Let me fuck with these motherfuckers." Fucking starts taking off. He's fucking running all fast and shit. They end up crashing in the snowdrift.
and how rough was that? I mean, like he's not running in the streets, in his gray sweats. No, this
No,
dude's running in a whole jacket because it's snowing and stuff, like
yeah.
boots on. It's like,
Winter coat and everything
come
like that
on,
in the
man.
fucking snow trudging. Dude, like, um, I think he has those things right, and he's fucking like just lifting them like that. Like, he's badass, man.
Yeah, I think he
It's the
was
best.
had like a net full of rocks, and he was like, doing the triceps down.
Whoa,
Whoa.
whoa.
It's the best montage, I think.
Yeah, he's fucking running. He helps someone fucking pick up their fucking horse cart and shit.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, the fuck.
Right,
I
and
remember that. Yeah.
the best running up that mountain. They keep showing
Yeah.
him back and forth, running up that mountain, running up the mountain.
Yeah.
And he gets to the fight at the very top, and what does he do?
Like Apollo. Apollo.
It's Drago.
Oh, is he Drago?
It's Drago.
No, dude. I think he says Apollo up there. Cause like he's like fucking telling him like Apollo's in heaven, bro. He's like fucking Apollo.
We need someone's gonna need to do a fact check on that. But oh man,
Oh,
that's the
when he's
best.
fucking, he's trudging through the snow, bro. When they're fucking, he's like that, boom, boom, and then you see Drago doing that machine that just like that and shit like that.
Yeah, man, it's the best. It's the best.
Then it comes a fight, bro. Like the way fucking Drago comes out, like all those people fucking stand up. It looks like an old fucking Nazi rally. Man, that motherfucker just comes out. Boom.
Yeah, and they did to him, or they did kind of what Apollo did. Apollo
Yeah.
came out all crazy, introduction, and Drago too. You had a dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun, that big ass banner with Drago on it.
Yeah. And then his fucking, meanwhile, his wife and, the fucking people are there just fucking watching, all fucking like, yeah, bitch, you better win.
Right? Cause was it her wife? Was his wife up there with like the
When they were talking shit, yeah.
communist people up there?
Oh, yeah, dude. Like, she was
The
one of them. Like, this
prime
motherfucker
minister?
was
Was it the prime
yeah.
minister?
I don't know what they're called. They're fucking El Presidente or whatever. Oh, fuck.
And then you get another iconic line, right? They go up to the ring to start the fight, and Drago like, I must break you.
Right? Motherfucker has two lines. They're both iconic and shit like that.
I must break you. And then another one they kind of feeds into the next movie. Rocky's like, "Go for it."
Yeah. Dude, fucking, hey, fucking, these fighting, dude, I've never fucking, it was the best, bro. Like, the fight scene, I mean, the whole fight in itself, Sylvester Stallone says fucking Lundgren fucking knocked him out at one point.
No, I don't doubt.
Yeah. Like, it was so badass. And I remember at one point, like, Drago's like, he's like hitting concrete or something like that, right? Like, you don't fucking break.
Yeah, he's like, he's made of iron. He's
Or
speaking
something.
Russian, but the subtitle, like, he's like a piece of iron.
Yeah. And dude, it's fucking crazy, bro. Like, and dude, the size comparison between them, fuck, dude. Like Rocky's just fucking tiny compared to him, bro. It's like there's no way this dude can win. And fucking Rocky fucking pulls it out, bro. Like he fucking.
Yeah. I like to me, they're iconic lines from these fights, right? Rocky finally gets in like a good shot, right?
Yeah.
Cuts his eye. And homeboy, the trainer, he's like, you see?
Yeah.
He's not a machine. He's a
Yeah,
man.
he's not yeah. Dude, his corner during the fucking during the fights is the best. Like the fucking when Paulie has his head or the guy has Paulie's head and he's fucking just like dude, like Rocky 4 is one of the ones that I of all of them that I think like you could watch multiple times.
Yeah. And I like how his kid, like I said, he's like 10 years old already.
Yeah.
First of all, who's watching them? The robot? Who's
The
watching
robot?
The robot's the babysitter?
Bro, you don't buy
Adrian,
a robot. Yeah.
Adrian eventually goes over there to Russia with him.
Yeah. You don't buy a robot. Yeah, like Rosie's watching her. Like
but his kid is back home with like 3 of his friends and they're all watching it. Like, did you order pay-per-view or what's going on here, man?
They had a direct feed from Russia.
But I like how the kids are watching. They're like, yeah, get him.
Yeah. Dude, like, can you imagine? Like, that's the ultimate. My dad can beat up your dad, bro. It's like, yeah, my dad's Rocky, bro.
Oh, man. It's great at the end when he's like, this is for my kid who should be asleep at home.
Yeah.
We did it.
Because, dude, they're genuinely like, this dude killed Apollo. Like, you're going to fight him? Like, he killed Apollo. Like, he'll kill you
for no money? What do you think?
Yeah. And that's when, like, he's just like, hey, I got to go over the top. Oh, wait, that's my next movie.
I own you.
Oh, fuck.
And then we get our famous part here. You know, if I could change.
Oh yeah.
And you can change.
Yeah. Everybody can change. Oh, dude.
So this was almost political too. It's like trying to show Russians, hey, we're all the same here, man.
Yeah. The story at the end, but during the fight, right? Like the wife gets on him, on Drago. During the fight, his trainer gets on him, and then they're like, "You do it for Mother Russia," and he goes, "For me, I do this for me."
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, dude, it was great.
That is great. Oh, like I said, that's a lot of people's favorite, and it's it earns that I think, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
be the number one,
and it outgrossed all of the movies, right? Part 1 came in 225. Part 2 was at 200. Part 3 was 125 mil. Part 4 was at 300 mil, bro.
And I think too, I don't remember the first few movies, but I think this is one of the first ones. Like the intro to the movie is like
Yeah,
you see the gloves
yeah,
come in
yeah,
slow motion.
yeah,
Like
yeah. Remember
you
that?
see the American flag glove, and then you see a Russian glove, and it's like that was awesome too.
Yeah. That was a poster, right? Like, yeah,
I think so.
yeah. I remember that shit.
Oh
If
man.
he dies, he dies. But dude,
uh,
yeah, that iconic fucking Sylvester Stallone wrapped by the American flag, bro.
oh yeah,
That
that's
was
an
the
iconic
poster.
picture.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Dude, you
Uh,
went home after that one and you just felt good all inside. And then part five came.
part five. And I don't know why you say people. Is what you say people don't like this one, or this is the least
Oh
favorite?
yeah, dude, this is the least favorite. Like,
To me,
okay,
this is fun. It's a fun movie to me,
it's the lowest grossing.
and I like how. Remember, I told you Rocky Four. He's like
Yeah,
he's smart now. He's rich. He's smart now. I don't know.
yeah, yeah,
And then Rocky Five, he goes, hey, starts talking all crazy
yeah.
again.
Yeah, he's slow again. Okay,
Uh,
but dude, at the time, like, he had other shit going on. So he took a break from Rocky Five. He let someone else write it, someone else direct it. They brought back the director of the first one, and he's like, he let all them handle it. He just came in, filmed the movie, but he wasn't as involved. He said, um, but yeah, man, like, I think, it had the iconic fight scene at the end, but the problem that most people had with it was the fact that he didn't fight someone in the ring.
yeah, but still, I mean, it was good. I mean, if we get into it,
The
Rock,
fucking
we come back from Russia,
yeah,
right? We come back from Russia. Rocky again. I'm retired.
yeah,
I'm done. I'm retired. Uh, and we see his kid. His kid's a teenager now. Like, he's like,
dude.
how long were you in Russia? How long were you
Yeah,
in Russia?
yeah, yeah. Well, fucking trades and everything. Okay, um, dude, the one I remember was the fucking Force Ghost.
Force Ghost Mick.
Yeah. So Rocky Five, your favorite?
Yeah, man. I mean, we get Rocky. They came back. I mean, he's hurting. He knows something's wrong. His head's messed up
Mm-hmm.
after taking a beating by Drago. Maybe that's why he's all punchy again.
Yeah,
Um,
he knocked
right?
that thing out.
He goes to the doctor, right? And the doctor's like, "Man, your head's messed up. You can't fight." And he said, that you won't be able to get licensed anywhere to fight, even if you wanted to."
Mm-hmm.
So he's done. And then he comes back to see fucking um, the IRS, like, or I think it's IRS, right? He's like, he's got no money because his attorney, Paulie, accidentally signed power of attorney over to whoever's handling his money, and they
Mm-hmm.
gambled it all away. So he had to sell everything, his
Yeah, yeah.
house, everything he had, and then
And move back to the hood.
his fight with Drago, um, freaking, he didn't make no money off of.
Yeah, yeah,
This is the part that I'm like, oh right, because now they have no money. Um, he's he just fought Drago, right?
yeah.
He's still a popular dude in the sports industry, whatever. You're telling me he couldn't get no like ringside commentator or
Oh,
freaking
dude.
still do commercials. You know what I mean?
And dude, like this is 80s, right? Like fucking McDonald's would have been all over that shit.
For
You know what I
real.
mean? Dude, like he would have been especially with that fucking flag.
That's the only thing about this movie, right? It's like that part. I'm like, because you told me they had no money. That uh, homegirl had to go back to the pet shop. Come on.
Yeah. And then, you know, the son, I mean, fucking grew up all bougie and shit. And now,
Oh
well, he
yeah,
didn't grow up all bougie because we don't know when he grew up.
right. He grew up while they were in Russia.
Where the fuck did this guy come from? But dude, like again,
Um,
um, he comes out and four was in 85. This movie was in 90. Like that's a pretty big jump. In between that, Stallone had a bunch of shit going on too.
it was because he married the chick from Four, right?
Oh yeah.
What the fuck was her name? I
Fucking
forget her name.
Drago's wife after the fight, she's like, "Hey, you know, what's
Yeah.
up?"
I don't know how long they were together, but I know they split up and it was kind of ugly and whatever.
Dude, that's the chick that married Flavor Flav after that. Like,
Yeah, there's something wrong with her, I think.
I'm sure. Oh, she's in Creed too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I saw that.
Yeah. Oh, Creed 2, man. So um so they got no money, right? The only thing that he has to his name that wasn't affected by anything is that Mick left him the old gym.
Yeah.
And this too is a little hard to believe, right? It's like Mick died in part 3. How long was that gym abandoned? I mean, there was still people that went to that gym because in this
Yeah.
one, when they're like, "Oh, he left you the gym," he goes in there and it's like it's trashed. It's like he's got to
Yeah.
clean it up again. It's like, really? It's like that gym was just closed after Mick died.
Yeah. He didn't fucking. He was all rich and shit. He couldn't keep it open.
I know, right? But whatever. It's a movie. It doesn't have to make sense.
Yeah.
So now we got Rocky reopening the gym, and you got homegirl Adrian working across the street at the pet store.
Yeah.
So it's like
It, it's back
Rocky
to
all over again.
basics. Yeah.
Yeah,
But here's the thing for me. It's like up until this point, the writing in the movies had been so good. Like the story had been so good. This one, not so much.
I like it. I like it though. I
Oh,
mean, except for
what
those few
though?
things, I like it
Ah,
because to me it gets exciting because like Rocky gets excited, you know.
oh yeah,
So we
like
so we start off right there. They're Rocky's in the gym, homegirl's at the pet store, and then this dude shows up out of nowhere, right? Tommy Morrison. You know this dude is John Wayne's son. Did you know that?
shut the hell up.
Look it up.
I did not know this.
Look it up. It's John Wayne's son, and I think he was a real fighter at some point. Um, Tommy Morrison. Uh,
No, yeah, he was a real fighter.
so this guy just shows up out of nowhere, kind of like, "Hey, Rocky, I want you to train me, this and that. I'm hungry, blah blah blah. I got nothing to my name. What you see is what you got, blah blah." And Rocky's like, I don't want to mess with this dude, you know.
Yeah,
Kind of blows him off, but he still keeps on. Hey, well, can I at least work out in the gym, this and that? And then something happens where he's like, hey kid, come spar with this dude. Then he can see what he could really do. He's like, shit, this dude's got some stuff here.
Yeah.
Then he's like, okay. Rocky kind of gives in.
And then he'll fucking train him.
Yeah, because he kind of relates, like, oh, he's from the streets and this and that, and because Rocky's done, Rocky's retired. He needs another outlet, so he kind of gets off. He gets him excited about, oh, because Tommy, he's like, hey, you gonna show me a few things? He's like, I'm gonna show you a lot of things. Like,
And then again, you think it's gonna be the okay, Rocky's fucking Mick here, but I mean that don't happen until fucking we get to Creed. But dude, this one's good.
so you got that part of the story, and then you got Rocky's kid part of the story, right? Because it starts off when he's talking to his kid before they lost all their money. Talk about, oh, home team, like that was their thing, right? Home team, this and that. He really paid attention to his kid and what was going on. But now that they're back in the hood, and he's showing a little attention to Tommy, and his son's like, hey, what about me, man? What about me? I got stuff going on too. Like,
Yeah.
it was like, he was a new kid, right? They were like, oh, he's a rich kid, blah blah blah, and he started getting bullied. These kids took his jacket. The dude that took his jacket, homeboy from Entourage.
Oh yeah. Kevin Connolly. Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah, that was. I think that was his first movie and shit. He talks about.
Yeah, and so he starts to resent his dad, right? Because like, man, he's showing this dude all this attention. What about me? Because like, he even asked his dad, "Hey, can you show me a few things?" Because it's freaking bullies, and he didn't. He started learning stuff on his own. Beat up these dudes. Got his jacket back, and even when he's like, "Hey, dad, I got my jacket back. I got my jacket back," and he's like, yeah, okay, go tell your mom. She likes to hear those kind of things. Like, good.
And dude, and meanwhile he's fucking paying all the attention to fucking Tommy over there. Did you know this dude Morrison? I want to say he had HIV.
Did he?
Yeah. He ended up dying of HIV.
Wow.
Yeah. Fucking crazy.
He's hanging around with Magic Johnson. I'm playing. That was a bad joke.
What was his name? Tommy Guns?
Yeah, Tommy Gun, and they start calling him Tommy the Machine Gun.
Yeah. And then he had a Mike Tyson kind of character. I mean, not Mike Tyson, Don King character in this movie.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. What was his name? It's George Washington Duke. Yeah, because now that Rocky was back, we knew he couldn't fight anymore. And this Don King character, he's in it for the money. He's like, he wanted to get Rocky back in the ring with whoever the number one contender was at the time.
Yeah.
And Rocky's like, nah, man, I'm done. I don't care. I'm done. And yeah, but he still wanted to get Rocky. And now he saw that Rocky was kind of training this guy.
Yeah.
And he started winning a few fights, some low fights, whatever. But
yeah,
he started picking up steam, and he started getting recognized. People started recognizing Rocky, and started calling him Rocky's kid, Rocky's boy.
Yeah, pissing off the son even more.
So, yeah, and then that lit a light bulb in this Don King character. He's like, oh, we got him, right? They started talking to Tommy Gunn, talking about, oh, people are calling you Rocky's puppet and this and that. Started feeding him all this stuff to make him want to go against Rocky.
And then comes the iconic fucking the street fight, or we're like, I always remember Rocky telling his son in that one scene, what is it? life's hard or something.
Um,
Oh, it ain't easy.
it's I know. I think I know what you're talking about, but it's not till Rocky Balboa.
No. Are you sure?
There's a scene in Rocky Balboa where he's talking to his son, who's played by that Milo dude from This Is Us, and he says something about like it ain't about how hard you get knocked down. It's about
You get back
getting
up.
getting back up. That whole thing. I think that's Rocky Balboa.
Okay.
But that's a great line. It's a great line.
Yeah. But this one, the street fight. This is the fight for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, and like I said, I like it. So Tommy Gunn, he ends up ditching Rocky, because they put it in his head that he was his puppet and this and that. So
Now,
George
yeah,
Washington he gave him his title shot, and even though Tommy Gunn won, people were talking shit like you left Rocky, you beat this guy that was a nobody, this and that stuff that Rocky was trying to tell him like, hey, well, we'll get there, don't worry about it. But
yeah.
so now he's all pissed off. People were talking shit about him. Again, people, who cares what people say about you? But whatever.
Dude, yeah.
So now he's like, I'm gonna go fight Rocky. I'm gonna go call him out.
Same thing with Apollo when Apollo was like, "Nah, I gotta knock him out. Cares about what people say. Fucking
But this
fuck
was like
around and find out."
But this was
Yeah.
right after his fight. He wanted to go hunt Rocky down.
And he has money now, right? Like he's all fucking, he's dressed nice and shit like that with fucking, what's his name?
He got his tracksuit on.
Dude, that was the shit back in the day, though, right? Like
in tracksuit.
Yeah. You didn't have any?
No, man.
Oh, dude, late 80s, fucking windsuits were killing it.
Yeah, like Rocky was watching the fight in the bar, right? No, he was watching the fight at home. And when I like when Tommy was fighting that dude, right? And Rocky was like in the basement, like doing all the moves he was doing. Like, see,
Yeah.
he remembers everything. I taught him everything and this and that. And then at the end, when he's like, I just want to thank someone who's been like an angel on my shoulder, which something Rocky used to say.
Yeah.
He's like, Mr. George Washington Duke. I'm like, oh man.
Oh yeah. You can see the hurt
Like,
in Rocky's face.
Man.
Oh man. Hey, Adrian.
It's when Adrian giving him those words of wisdom is like, he doesn't have your heart. All those fights you won with your heart.
Yeah.
That dude don't have it.
And then the fucking Mick Ghost comes back.
Oh yeah. So now he wants to fight him. So after that, they go to the bar to go drink, and then they bust in the bar. And Paulie trying to he says something. I don't remember what he said, but he says some shit to Tommy Gunn, and he pushes him down, and then that was it. That was it.
Yeah.
Like, Rocky's like, you knock him down, why don't you try and knock me down?
Hey, fucking chingazos are going. Let's go.
And he's like,
fucking
Don King.
Saturday night.
Don King, he's like, oh, Tommy Gunn only fights in the ring. He wants that money. He's like, well, my ring's outside. Let's go.
Yeah. Motherfucker, I went to Russia to kick some guy's ass. I got you.
Yeah, I like the street fight. Rocky does like this whole thing where he does this thing on the ground and like he trips him and knocks him down. And I don't know. I like the fight.
The kid goes back to the house and he's like, Mom, Dad's fighting.
What?
You remember that shit? It reminded me of my uncles and shit. I was like, oh, God. That's fucking the Friday night party.
Yeah, so Rocky knocks him out or knocks him down. He gets back up, and then he gets Rocky kind of dirty. He knocks him down. He knocks him down for a bit, and then we get the Force Ghost, right?
Well,
See that?
they have the thing where what is he sees all the old fucking fights, right?
Yeah, because his head's fucked up, right?
Yeah. So, but I wonder if they just probably use old fucking footage, right? Like
I think so.
using Drago and shit like that.
I think so.
At this time, Burgess Meredith, he had to been dead already, right?
No, he was really
He was
old.
still alive.
He was still alive. Because he looked really old in the quote unquote flashback scenes, but yeah, you get mixed Force Ghost telling him, "Get up, you son of a bitch."
Yeah. I mean, throughout the fight, fucking Washington's like, fucking, what the fuck? And then his kids out there, fucking, go, dad. Like, they made up and shit.
That's where like it comes back when he's told him, "Go for it," because his kid's like, go for it, dad."
I don't know. I think this guy should have took him.
With Tommy gun.
Yeah. Dude, Stallone said like he was playing with killing Rocky at this time.
He was gonna kill him off.
Yeah.
Huh.
And
Because
then, yeah, I don't know.
so how much time do you have it there? How much time was between Rocky 5 and Rocky Balboa?
Oh, fucking Rocky Balboa was 2000 and it was 2000 already, right?
I want to say yeah.
Let me see.
I think so because I think my kids were around already.
Yeah, Rocky Balboa was 2006, bro. So
That's a big jump.
16 years. It went from 85 to 90 and then 90 to 2006.
That's a big jump.
At this point, like no one wanted the Rocky franchise at all.
Yeah, because even with this movie, that's why this one's like, it's like why? It's almost like why.
Mhm.
But I think people wanted to see, okay, what happened to Rocky after all this?
Yeah.
And in some points it was kind of sad, but I don't know.
Balboa?
Rocky Balboa.
Well, the thing was, it's like at this point, Sylvester Stallone, but he hadn't had a hit in a while. You know what I mean?
I think this kind of sparked. It's almost like a reboot, right? It kind of sparked
Yeah.
things. It sparked, hey, these old actors still got it. I think after this was the Expendables, right? Where they brought in all these old actors.
Well, again, like he hadn't had a hit in a while, but I mean, he's still Sylvester Stallone, right? Like fucking, but I want to try to see some of his movies between this, you know, I think maybe he was Spy Kids 2003. Yeah, like he was in. I mean, he's maybe Get Carter. People remember that. 98. He had that Ants movie, but you know he's a voice in that. He has movies, but dude, I'm trying to look for hits. Like he has Judge Dredd in 95 and kind of falls off from there. You're right. Like this movie for him, like brought back the hits, but they talked a lot about how they had to go back to scratch from this one. But you know, it's not long after this one that he brings Rambo back as well. You remember that one? Yeah. So, dude, like it was I mean, it was bringing him back. It was the same thing that Rocky did, the first one.
And this Rocky Balboa is probably my least memorable one, or least watched one, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because we find Rocky. It's been some time now. It's kind of sad. I think the actor I can't think of his name right now. The guy that played Paulie,
Burt Young.
Burt Young.
Yeah.
I think at this point he did pass away.
He's
I
in
think
the movie though, right?
no.
No, Paulie's in the movie.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, you might be right. I'm probably thinking about Creed.
The wife, Talia passed away at this point.
No, she's still alive.
Did he? Is she?
This I thought the same thing, right? This confused me a lot. I thought they killed her off because she was really dead. She's alive.
She's still alive to this day? No, she's dead.
I better not be wrong.
Okay, in the movie, she's dead.
In the movie, she is.
Yes. But
No, look. Right here. I just looked it up. She's 76 years old.
God damn.
But
what
it
the fuck?
did confuse me. I thought they killed her off because she was dead in real life. Yeah, like I said, I remember this movie the least. But
yeah.
So the wife's dead. Adrian's dead. So, and I don't remember if they made this restaurant before or after her death. But now he has a restaurant.
Yeah.
It's called Adrian's.
And
to me, this one has the weirdest plot, right? Because he's been out of boxing, and whoever the champ is right now, it was played by a real boxer too, Antonio Tarver.
Yeah, Tarver.
He was the current champ, whatever. And then on ESPN, they did some kind of thing, an electronic thing, like could have Rocky in his prime beat Antonio Tarver, whatever. I don't even remember what the results were.
At this time, when this one was made, this is when you had like that video game Knockout Kings. I don't know, remember that?
Yeah.
Boxing game that was real good. It was real lifelike. So that's where they bid off of for that ESPN shit.
And maybe it said Rocky would have beat him, Antonio Tarver, whatever.
Yeah.
So that led this whole thing, like, oh, we should have an exhibition bout, whatever.
Yeah, and it's
and it's like, this is stupid. We're gonna fight this old ass man.
Yeah, he's super fucking old. Like, are you crazy?
So that whole thing was kind of weird.
Yeah. So what's his motivation? What's Rocky's motivation for fighting it?
I don't even remember because this is the least memorable one for me.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember just like I thought he was gonna hook up with this chick because he met this chick, right, and her son, and he was kind of digging on her son, and ended up being a little girl, or they say it's the little girl from the first Rocky movie.
What?
When, I don't even remember in the first Rocky movie.
Oh, yeah. The one that he walked back to the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little girl where she was hanging out in front of the drugstore or whatever, like, hey, you should go home. He told her something like you should go home or quit hanging out in front of the drugstore. And she was like,
hey, you don't want to be hanging around those guys.
And she said something like, oh, screw you, sicko, or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's supposed, I don't think it's the same actress or girl. But this girl he was talking to with her son, supposedly that was the little girl, whatever.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna lead like towards like them hooking up or something.
But dude, Rocky Balboa, it had a production cost of $24 million. Dude, this movie made $156 million.
Wow.
So people were there, definitely there for the nostalgia. Like, outgrows Rocky 5. Again, smaller budget, back to the roots. Um, it made them money, and like I said, it made them able to do other things, and then probably got them green lit for Creed to come.
Yeah, but to me, it was just a little weird. I don't know. It wasn't about the fight in this one. I don't think.
Mhm.
There was more trying to tell a story, I guess. Kind of
Because
the relationship between his son, because his son in the movie is like kind of resented him, right? He hated, almost
dude,
hated that he was
how old
related
is
to
he
Rocky.
now? Was he like in his 40s or what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't
He was our age.
know. um,
So, but that's the last Rocky movie, man. Where
yeah,
do they rank for you, the actual Rockies?
the actual Rockies.
Yeah, not
I still
including Creed yet. Not including Creed yet.
okay, okay. Um, just the Rocky movies.
Just the Rocky.
Are you gonna do your list too?
Yeah. I have a
Okay.
list too.
I, Me personally, I like Rocky 3. I have to say Rocky 3. This is where it gets tough. Because
Mm,
the first one's really good. But you know what? I'll go Rocky 3, Rocky 4, 1, 2, and then Balboa.
okay. That's no.
I
I
mean,
see that.
no matter what your order, your list is, you're not wrong.
I think I go backwards, right? I go 4, 3, 1, 2, and then Balboa at the end.
You're just the same with the switch the top two.
Balboa and then 5.
Oh, I forgot 5.
You
I
sure did.
skipped 5. I skipped 5.
Oh, that's number 1 for you, right?
No. My bad. I skipped 5. So it's still 3, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 5, and then Balboa.
I think 5 might be at the end for me.
That's all
I don't
right.
know. Balboa was a little bit of nostalgia for me.
But it's like I said, no matter what your list is, it's not wrong because to me, I like all of them.
You think about like the ups and downs of the franchise. I mean, just talking Rocky alone, starts from nothing, becomes this mega fucking hit, goes back to nothing, comes back, and it's a hit again. Like, the dude, like it's at 156 million. The Creed movies have surpassed it. They still haven't touched what number 4 made, but they're right there.
Really, they haven't beaten number 4.
Creed 3's at 261 million.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about the creeds. We won't have to get in depth as we did, because we're over 2 hours already.
I think I say we cut it off in the Rockies, and we come back for the Creeds.
All right, because you still need to watch the creeds, right?
Yeah. Well, I need to see 3. I've
Okay,
seen bits and pieces of 2, but yeah.
I like this. Maybe we'll bring on a guest to go over the creeds.
Yeah. I agree. I'll tell you what though. Creed 1, I saw in a movie theater with a bunch of 10-year-olds. We had took our football team to Florida, and we needed something to do the first night. Of course, the rest of the nights were going to be like Disney World and stuff like that, but we needed something to do with them that first night there. And dude, we sat down and watched Creed with them. Creed 1, dude, like that fucking was motivation enough for us. And then to like kind of see them like and be like, oh, and then after the movie, wanting to fucking watch the Rocky movies and shit like that. It was fucking awesome.
Creed, man. Okay, we'll get into it on another show, but Creed,
Yeah.
that it re-sparked it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it was born off of Balboa. Like, he makes Balboa. There's renewed interest, stuff like that. Then he starts writing Creed.
Yeah.
And these are all movies that Sylvester Stallone's written and shit like that. So,
and it kind of picks up after Balboa. I mean, we don't know how much time after, but it's right in that same timeline. Yeah.
dude.
So
see him. The transition that you see him become Mick, basically, is fucking awesome.
Yeah, man. So save that. Watch the other two, and man, two's so good. I mean, I like all of them. Every single one, from Rocky all the way to Creed 3. They're awesome.
I don't know. They need to make more wrestling movies.
And we need another No Holds Barred.
Oh, dude.
Reboot. Let's go.
Oh, they had that. Do you remember that one movie by fucking David Arquette? Oh, fuck.
You're Ready to Rumble? I haven't seen it.
Ready to Rumble? Oh, fuck. You would like it.
What about The Wrestler with
That movie's crazy, but I'd watch it for I'd watch it for Marissa Tomei.
Yes, that's my boy. Aunt May all the way, baby.
Yeah, they fucked up killing her. Spoilers.
Shoot, I guess that's our Rocky show, man. We're ready. I hope everybody listens to all of this one. We went long.
Oh yeah.
But I like talking about Rocky.
Dude,
I talked a little more on this one.
No, I'm glad you had to, because like, again, I was Rockied out, bro. Like, again,
just talking about it gets me pumped up. You know?
It's a good story. It goes on and on and on, but fuck, dude, Sylvester Stallone ain't fucking, like, after a while you hear so much.
It's great though. It's great,
dude. I tell you what though, Sylvester Stallone made a movie. I don't remember this movie. He made a movie about being in prison. I think it's called like Locked Up or some shit like that. Do you remember that movie?
Or is it? No, is it Escape Plan, or isn't it like Escape something?
No. Like, it was in the 90s. Like, I'll find it right now.
But I know there's another one, right? Is it him? There's like some escape movie.
Okay, well, like, he has Escape Plan. That's him and Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? They finally teamed up. But he had like Tango and Cash. He's in prison in that movie.
Cliffhanger.
And they escape. Fuck. Let me find it. Demolition Man was awesome.
Demolition Man. Hell yeah.
I fucking love that movie. Lock Up. Lock Up.
Lock Up.
And dude, this was made 89. It was right around it was right after Cobra and fucking what was that other one? Over the Top. So Lock Up, dude.
Lock Up. I want to say I remember this movie, but as I try to remember it, I keep thinking of the movie. Ever seen Innocent Man? Tom Selleck.
Yeah.
Tom Selleck goes to prison. That's a good movie.
Lock Up had Tom Sizemore, fucking Donald Sutherland's in it. Like, dude, it was fucking awesome. He's in prison. Fucking, they're playing football in the mud.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it, but I keep thinking of the Tom Selleck one.
Yeah. So I again, going back to the Rocky movies, Rocky 4 or Rocky 3 is number one for you. I think based on when you were fucking, because Rocky 4 comes out, I'm 5 years old. Like, I'm barely starting to fucking understand fucking movies and shit like that.
Yeah. Like I said, either one could be anybody's number one. Rocky 4 is so good. I just say 3 just because, I had a tiger, and it was the one where we saw
That's true.
Rocky break down. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it had
Um,
Hulk Hogan in it. That's why.
and it fucking Thunder Lips, man.
What's that
Thunder
smell?
Lips, the ultimate male. Yeah.
He should have grabbed fucking Rocky. What's that smell? Ayo, Dookie.
I forgot to bring it up, but one of my favorite in that Hulk Hogan scene, right?
Yeah.
Rocky's like, "God, he says something like, "Oh, that's a big dude" or something like that, and he goes, "I wonder what that guy eats." And Mick goes, "About 202 pounds," and then the announcer
Yeah.
introduces Rocky, and he's like, "Coming in at 202 pounds."
It's so good, shit like that, man. Yeah. The little things that Rocky did, man. Like, again, even though it became a big budget motion picture, like, he seemed to do little things while making the movie that he controlled it. It fell off for all those years, but it seems to be back, man, and thriving.
Yeah, man, it's good. And we'll get into when we do the Creeds. We'll get into
It seems like they
why
have
why he's not in Creed 3.
yeah. It seems that they have a plan down the line, like for the movies.
Yeah, we'll get into that because that's some good stuff.
All right, brother.
All right, that was our Rocky show. Hope you all enjoyed it. It's a bit long one, but
2:45.
that's all right. That's all right. We have to make up for us being gone for a little bit.
Yeah.
But again, remember, folks, watchers out there, follow our Facebook page. Now watch this, watchers. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and all the socials. Have you done anything with Twitter? No, man.
Not so much. But I mean, fucking now watchthispod.com. Find our page on Spotify.
Yes, sir. Now watch.
Give us a like, give us a review, please. Something.
Yes, something. And on YouTube.
Oh yeah, now on YouTube.
Now watch this.
Yeah. You can see our pretty face.
I think I got it. I don't remember. It's Now Watch This Pod if you look at it.
You can see Bruce behind me kicking ass.
Hell yeah. So remember to do all that stuff. Follow us, like us, whatever. Share with your friends and family. Whoever likes Rocky, because there's a lot of people out here who like Rocky. So
not as much as you, but.
And just look forward for the pictures that are gonna come out for this episode. So
Oh, good Lord.
I'm gonna save them. I'm gonna do the posting this time.
Luck's gonna be all on Rock.
But again, what's our outro? I already forgot. It's been so long.
Okay. I got you.
Okay, you
All
take
right,
take it off. Take it
everything. Luck said, like us, follow us, but always keep watching and keep listening.
All right.
This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Hey, life's a risk, carnal.
Tell me something, my friend. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
I do a great impression of a hot dog.
Billy likes to drink soda.
So am I to understand that you men completed your training on your own?
That's the fact, Jack.
Come on, seriously, who is that?
I only came here to do two things, man. Kick some ass and drink some beer. Looks like we're almost out of beer.
All right, brother.
All right.